Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Rush Racing stream brought to you by AI369. I am your host, Dynasty Sparrow, and I'm with my main man on the left in SJ. How you going, mate?
Good mate, how are you? How's things?
Good, good. Hated this track, but I'm glad to see it, the back of it. So it's good to commentate it and not race it again.
Snap.
Yeah, it's terrible. It is absolutely
We've,
garbage.
we've, we've got something in common. We've
Yeah,
both got something in common here, haven't we? 1 point each.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And I hit the pit wall and just never want to see this track again. But anyway, we've got Division 6 here tonight.
And I hit the wall as well in
Metaphorically,
the
or
last corner. No, there's just no grip on the tyres. There was just no grip on the tyres, and yeah, just couldn't do that loop section and lost it and went into the wall. And yeah, so yeah, this will be
Jeez.
forgotten, but tonight will not be forgotten.
Yeah, exactly. We're currently down a couple of drives as it is, unfortunately, due to a couple of no-shows, but we have got most of the grid in, which is good to see. So we're going to go straight across to the action as everyone is in qualifying. So we're back to full qualifying, so Q1, Q2, Q3. So it's going to be interesting to see who will get out here and who will stay in. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we have a couple of quali bands as well tonight, SJ.
Yes, we do indeed, my friend. I'll just let you give you a bit of a heads up on that. So we've got a few guys sitting times for time penalties in the race. So Coops on 6 is going to serve a 25-second time penalty. Butterfly, unfortunately, is not here. Squick is not here, but Faded Menace is the quali band for tonight.
Yes, so he'll be one driver who is out of qualifying Q1. Um, so he will be,
Quick interview there.
yeah, he'll be. There'll only be two drivers that will be missing from Q1 now with that quali ban. But yeah, this track is, in my opinion, pretty garbage on tyre wear. Um, it, I was watching Div 5 last night and watching the Merc boys run at about 80% tyre wear on Inters. Pretty sure Tyler's popped on about 75%. So it's going to be interesting to see if we get a wet race or a dry race, because it's going to be interesting to see what strategies everyone picks.
Yeah, well, obviously dry at the moment. We do know that Cota is probably one of the worst tracks for tyre wear. This one in Mexico. So the strategies are going to be a key. Obviously, a few guys obviously using the toe. We did see that to an extent yesterday in Division 5 for a little while, and then obviously the race was wet, so it changed it up 50-50 completely. But there are some newcomers on the grid, which I'll just run you through who we've got in tonight. So Derby, known as Champ, as a returnee, he's in the Ferrari. He's actually making his first ever appearance in league racing in Rush. He's done the reserve program a few times, so really, really good to see. We've also got Edge in the Mercedes. Then we've got Ninja Goo, we've got Wreck Lobster, David Fishtips. Idbor is back in the Aston. Seafolds is a returnee as well. He is in the Visa Cash Out. Sorry, Ski is in the Mercedes. Coops on Sticks in the Alpine. Faded Menace, unfortunately, is just retired due to the QB. Quali Ban. Woofer in the Ferrari. Thunderballs in the McLaren. Paul and Hell in the Red Bull. China in the Kick. Sick Putty in the Williams. And Cam, a new driver, and welcome to Rush as well. And unfortunately, we do not have the other RB and the other Aston Martin. So they are the ones missing, unfortunately. But 18 on the grid, still pretty good numbers.
Yeah, yeah, it is. So I'm on board with the Ferrari and an Alpine, and I don't think Ninja Goo's realised that the Ferrari is actually on a lap, and he's just shunting him off the track. So that'll be investigated after the race, as we
Is it
have to
Q1?
respect other people's space during qualifying. I understand if you're a quicker driver than someone in front, but that's why you have to leave a gap. Can't just force your way through, guys.
Fired straight in there for you, mate.
Thank you. So we have seen a lot of drivers invalidating their time. So Coupon Sticks and Ski both invalidating their first lap. Coupon Sticks unfortunately invalidating straight away, whereas Ski invalidated through the S-bends. So he's on the S-bends again now. So let's see if he gets this correct. He certainly does. He stays away from the inside, so he's probably learnt from last time. But yeah, we've got a couple people finishing their laps now. Darby was on a lap, as I said, but unfortunately he's got shunted off and invalidated at the same time. So Ninja Goo is finishing. He'll be in the 1:33.677.
Yeah, just to bring something to your attention, with the standings going into this race, Edge leads it with 211 points, but there is only 4 points between Datura, Iraq Lobster, and Thunderballs. So big points up for grabs here, and a massive opportunity for Edge to pull out, try and get away from those two. It's been it's been like cat and mouse at the front, and unfortunately J-Man was in that battle, but the last few results haven't gone his way. So hopefully tonight result for him will be quite good, as he is leading at the moment in Q1. Just as I said, that Sick Putty is just overtaking him by one tenth there. So how do you feel that the three guys are going to go tonight? Edge, Iraq Lobster, and Thunderbolts.
Um, I feel like last week we had a different winner, um, who obviously has been consistent in China. So it'll be good to see if he can pull off another good race. But yeah, we've got. I think it's hard to see the pace here. It's pretty much whoever gets Sector 1 and Sector 3 correct, because Sector 2 is pretty much straight. Um, so my early prediction, I don't think any of them are going to be the top. I think it's potential to be like a sick party or China again, who's going to show the pace, or maybe even Idabor. I think Datura, Thunderballs, and Edge, I don't think are going to be in the top three.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, that's it's an interesting one to talk about, because the two Ferraris, obviously one's in P4 at the moment, and obviously one of the Ferraris had a great result last night, which is it's good to see. Obviously a bit of a change, but at the moment Sick Party is leading that way. There's 10 minutes to go. There's obviously a lot of guys still out on track ready to set their times. We've got 3 guys on an lap. Who do we jump on board with? We've got Darby,
I am
David,
on the new
or
driver of
Thunderballs.
Cam. Cam is finishing his
Okay,
lap in
all
the
right.
Kick Sauber, so I thought I might as well go on board with him to see how he's going. I think we'll go on Derby next, give these new guys some airtime.
Okay, all right. Well, he is just in the
Sector 3 at the
S's
moment,
now.
yeah.
He keeps invalidating through the S's. He's not comfortable with the S's at all. Um, yeah, not comfortable in the S's at all. So I don't think we'll jump on board with him. Should we don't jump on board Thunder?
Yeah, I'm just finishing the lap with Cam. He goes a 1:34.3. So we'll go on board. So Coupon 6 has invalidated. David's starting his lap. Iraq Lobster is finishing. So we'll start on board with Iraq Lobster, see where he puts it, because he's already on his lap. So he's in Sector 3 now. He's right behind his teammate, so I'm sure his teammate's giving him a massive tow the whole lap. So coming around the corners of Sector 3, the slowest section of the race, getting a really good tow here at purple Sector 2, which is not really correct, I don't think, compared, but he might put it P1 here with that tow. He's come around the last corner. This is where a lot of people invalidate. He doesn't invalidate. He goes a P3 with 1:33.3. So even with
Here we
that
go.
tow, he wasn't the quickest.
Nope. All right. Well, I'm on board with Thunderballs. Coming down the main straight to start his lap, going into turn number 1 in P16 at the moment. Very nicely onto the curb there, getting a good exit. Does he burn a hot lap going into the S's? Yes, nicely done there. Keeping as close as you can to the curb without invalidating it. This is the hardest thing about this track, is the S's. You got to get as much close as you can to the curves without invalidating. Very easy to just go right across one of those curves in invalidation. Very, very easy there. But no, nicely done all the way through Sector 1, done and dusted. Looking likely to get a nice little bit of a toe here from his teammate of Fish Lips. McLaren, as we know, do the toes very well, along with Kick and Mercedes. So here we go. Thunderballs with the toe on Fish Lips, all the way, all the way. Now he moves out the way. 39% with the ERS, going up to Sector 2, all the way down the main straight with the DRS, gets onto the 50, drops on there, gets onto the curb. Oh, that was very, very close to invalidation. You do not want to cut that too tight because you will end up invalidating here. Coming into the next slower part here, probably be pushing onto the medium side of the ERS, and there we go. Seafoals being disqualified for facing the wrong way, but coming into the last couple of bends for Thunderballs at the moment, 38% of ERS, and here we go to the final hurdle here. Easy to invalidate as well on the last corner. Here we go, 25% time to perfection. No ERS has deployed, used, completely gone, and goes pole with a 1:32.624. An impressive time there from the McLaren driver of Thunderbolts Dynasty.
Yeah, it was. And we did see Seafoals, unfortunately, get disqualified. So that's not really ideal for him coming back, but it is what it is. So that's 2 drivers out now. 1 more, and that's game, set, and match for Q1. Rock Lobster thinks his time is good enough, which I believe it would be. Especially, obviously, there's a couple of people in the 34s, one in the 35. Darby has retired on track. Unless it's my game glitching.
Nope.
Yep.
He's retired on track. Just
Yep.
with still going around. Right.
He has retired on track, pulled off to the side, and that will be investigated after the race because you are not allowed to retire on track.
Hey.
So pretty much the cutoff time is 1:38.7. If any driver can beat a 1:38.7, you are through to Q2. So Fish Lips, Ski, Coupon Sticks, and Paul and Hell all have a chance now to just do their 1 lap, get it out and over and done with. David now retires. He knows he is safe. Anyone below Darby right now is... anyone above, sorry, Darby is safe.
Yep.
So
Got
Ski,
3 people
Ski getting a
join
toe...
us in the concept.
Yep, Ski getting a toe by Edge, down the back straight. Not really a big toe because they weren't that close to each other, but as long as he puts it above a 1:38.7, he will be into Q2. Coming around the Sector 3 section, as I said, the slowest section of the race, which can be the most painful for some drivers. We see a lot of collisions, a lot of wings lost here because people dive up the inside, and unfortunately some do not give the room. Ski coming around the last corner, this is where he's invalidated the most. He does it, oh, he almost does it again. I don't know how he didn't invalidate then. I think because he let off enough, but that was very close. So Coupon Sticks now just needs to beat a 1:38.7 and he'll be through to Q2. So we're going to stay on board with him and I'll let you take away his lap when we get around to it. But what's your prediction for tonight's race, SJ? Are you thinking the weather's going to be kind to Div 6 or do you think it's going to be a bit spicy?
Well, I hope so. I've got no idea really. I think this is a track that a lot of people are a little bit cautious about. Just seeing some times here at the moment. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. China's obviously on a very, very good form since Austria. So yeah, he's on very, very good form lately. You got the 2 McLarens in P2 and P3. They'll be happy with that result. Stick Party has been very, very good since jumping into that seat. We know that J-Man's there as well. Yeah, it's I don't know really. It can change, and then if we have the rain, you know, we saw last night the grip was extremely difficult, and we're seeing a lot of people retire now anyway. So they're deciding to call it. They're happy with their times. So I think we've only got Coops on sticks.
Yeah, we certainly do.
And
so
I made it into the session in the end. Oh, yeah, okay. I didn't even know that. Sorry.
He did right before we started. So coming into Sector 1, Coupon Sticks needs to get better than a 1:38.7 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 1:38.7. So this is the heavy part of invalidation section. You do not want to cut the curb too much. Even if you take your time through here, you should realistically be beating a 138.7. Oh, he goes wide, invalidates. So he will need to go again. He needs to turn his battery off and go for one more run if he's got enough fuel.
Yeah, a bit of a struggle. A bit of a struggle for Coops on sticks at the moment. But like I said, I've been very, very impressed with Division 6 all season. 13 races, and it's been fantastic so far. It's actually the joint most watched division across the whole 6 divisions, tied with Division 3 now with 73 views each.
Yeah, it's very good from
I'll
where
let you know that.
it's very good from where it started.
Broke you and your Panic's record. Well, tied.
That was brilliant. That was a brilliant night. But no, it's definitely come a long way. So Coop on 6 has one final try, because if he doesn't get it this time, I don't think he'll have the tyre wear nor the petrol in the tank to do it again. So he ran a 135.7 even after getting that invalidation. So he just needs to not cut the corner so much. Take his time, really. You've got 3 seconds to a 3-second buffer, really, from that time that he just ran.
Come on, Coops.
So, he's taking
That's it.
It's sliding a little bit. He gets through it fine.
Nice.
Now this part coming up is where he did invalidate. Will he do it again? He doesn't. He
Nice.
stays in the lines. He has 2 more sectors to do.
Some ERS.
2 more sectors to do. Gets past that corner. Doesn't go wide, which is really good. Now he just has to burn down here. He's burning a fair bit now. Now this is the final section. The final section to invalidate. I'm not sure why other people are on the track again, setting their laps, because there's no need anymore. So Idabor, Cam, and Woofer are safe.
Come on, Coops.
Is the last couple quarters.
I don't think he's burnt enough of the ERS.
I think he'll be fine. He should be fine to make the 137.38 if he just doesn't need to invalidate. So the last corner coming up. This is the major one. Just take his time. That's all he needs to do. It doesn't matter about the slide. Go to the line. He gets there with a 135.5. And he gets through.
He's through. Oh.
And
that's someone engineering. Someone get in the engineering box with that ERS, man. You cannot have 100% at the finish line. But just okay, interesting. Unless he's got a lot more fuel in there because he's going again.
Yeah.
So
well, a lot of these guys are still on track. I don't think you need to be on track.
No, he's way off.
Yeah. So especially with these 3 drivers, because they won't be able to set a time again anyway. So everyone's done and dusted. But China.
I want to bring something to your attention. And this is something you have been keeping up to date with. This track selection. Now, round 9, 11, 12, 14, and 15 have not been chosen. How excited are you for this Season 9 calendar at the moment?
Pretty excited, considering I think, if I remember correctly, the first 3 tracks are probably the worst of the worst. Pretty sure we're running
please.
Saudi Arabia
Qatar, why?
Yeah, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Monaco, I think was on there. Really early in the season. So yeah, the first 3 tracks, if you can consolidate really good points there, you'll be setting yourself pretty good for the season, I would say.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. And like I said, just looking at those, round 9, 11, 12, and 14 and 15 are all available. So guys, if you have, I'm just going to look it up now very, very quickly. If you have, because it's dropped so much since we've had such
40,000 points,
40,000
boys
now.
and girls.
That's all it is. From 100. How much that's dropped? That's impressive.
I forked out the first 100, so I'm almost up to 40,000. So unfortunately, I can't pick another track.
Can I choose?
If I can redeem it when I get there.
I, how does that work? Because can I choose and then we just drop it down to 35?
Yeah, well, I would redeem the points, and then you can pick, but I don't have enough points yet.
Because I'm unlimited because I own the Twitch, so
Yeah,
that
no, no, you have
counts
to
as
you have
that
to
just
make
counts as
someone
a
else
vote.
forfeit their points. I reckon. I reckon that's fair
Oh,
enough.
okay. I'll ask in the
But
chat while you go through this.
China P1, Thunderbolts P2, Fish Lips P3, Sick Party, and J-Man running out the top 5 for Q1. So everyone apart from Derby, Fader Menace, and Seafoals, unfortunately, with the DSQ facing the wrong way, I believe he was. So I don't know how that has happened, but they are our first free Q1 exits. Coupon 6 just
Okay,
making it
right.
through in the nick of time, though. So, but as I said, Iraq Lobster Edge, they only did one lap, but they're not in the top 3. So it's going to be very interesting if my prediction can keep up. I still think
Here you go.
Wonton, and that will be. Wait, is that Watanabe wanting to pick a track, or is
He's
that
already
him,
done.
or is
Right,
that him
that's for
giving
me.
you that? Ah, I
Yeah.
see. Australia, round 15. So we have to wait very late in the calendar for it. Very good.
Right, I'll change it now. We're getting distracted. And I'll bring these guys in for interviews in a sec. So who went out?
That was Seafoals. Wheel wasn't working, unfortunate there. The other one was Champ in the Ferrari, and the
Awesome.
other one was a Faded Menace with the quali ban.
Okay. Oh, you lovely. So Faded Menace, Seafoals, and Champ. Only 3.
Yep, we only had 18 on the grid, so
Okay, there you go, guys.
we're going to be more people exiting out of Q2 this time around. So it's it's been very good so far though. Commentating this season, we've had a mix of a very big mix of people wanting to commentate, which is really good to see compared to last season. SJ.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's been tough, obviously, with a new contract agreement and stuff like that, and with a streamer, and obviously I'm looking at changing that for next season. We're looking to try and run maybe just 2 divisions. The 2 most popular divisions that we'll run with like the overlays, and then the other ones we might just get more streamers. Um, no streaming and no overlays, just the normal stream. So hopefully we'll be able to get more commentators involved, because that's been the biggest problem this season. Obviously, there's only a minimum list of people that can stream as well. So, and I appreciate everyone that has done that there this season, because overlays and showing off the sponsors and showing off what we can do. It is a part of league racing, which a lot of people like, and they love the music, they love the intros and stuff like that. It gets them real pumped for the races. So yeah, if we're going to try and continue that next season, then that's something that we will do. But if there is you and you are wanting to commentate with the likes of obviously myself, Dynasty Andy, and Whiff and others, then feel free to reach out when we start up our recruitment process at the end of the season. But until then, yeah, it's been great. I've been loving it, and it's good to see some new partnerships forming and some new guys getting involved. And don't be scared. Just be yourself, have fun. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Just enjoy the night of racing. Fortunately, some racing isn't up to standard that we like, but majority of the time it's really good to see. But we do have 2 of the 3 eliminated drivers in the comms box, so we'll stay on board with Idable while we're interviewing. But we'll start off with Champ. How you going, mate?
Not so good.
So, walk us through your lap. So, we did see you did retire on track at the end, which is a big no-no. But walk us through your lap anyway. So, where did you find that you struggled the most? Was it Sector 1 and Sector 3 mainly, or was it one sector compared to the others?
Well, let's just say my brakes randomly going full on and then off. at the moment, so I've got something to fix there. And no false feedback, but I would say first sector, I got purple, for a bit at least. And then, yeah, second sector, I made a few mistakes on the one lap that I did, even with the brake malfunctions. Yeah, and third sector, there's not really much to it, but yeah, I've definitely got some troubleshooting to do for the race.
No, it's all right. So if obviously, as long as you can fix those types of things before the race, and that would be obviously really good to see. We do
Yeah.
have in Division 6, so I don't know if you do realise that the braking assists and all that are. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, I saw the braking system with that. Yeah.
So, sorry, I just had to turn him down a bit because it was coming through. Yeah, the braking is high and everything's pretty much high because it's basically a learning division. So
Yeah.
just from me, mate, I just wish you well in the race. It's not a bad thing starting toward the back. Just take your time and just see where you can go from there. But I'll pass you to SJ and see if you've got any questions for you.
It's Dynasty. Champ, mate. Unfortunate events there in quali. Obviously, first time actually racing here, finally getting onto the grid for a
You
league
stop
race,
that,
which
Dad?
was really good to see. Yeah, well, what do you think the plan's going to be if you've obviously got a few, errors and problems with the wheel or brakes and stuff? Is it just going to take your time and try and score points as it does go to 15?
Yeah, I would try to do that, but if it comes to the point where I need to retire, I would probably just, go to the pits.
Okay. Well,
But I would try and get my way through the race and get points to the team. It's key for the
yeah, no,
championship.
it'd be good to see.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll be good to see. And
Yep.
just make sure as well you have a little bit of a read of the rules, because obviously no retiring on track is allowed, unfortunately.
Yes, I forgot that rule, yeah.
That's a big rule.
Yeah.
But yeah, apart from that, mate, we wish you all the best in the race, and yeah, good luck.
Thank you.
Alright,
Cheers,
so
mate.
that was Champ, who is racing in the other Ferrari, if I'm not mistaken. So hopefully he does well tonight. We'll move on to our next person we want to talk to, and we'll go with Seafoals now. Seafoals, mate, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Obviously, you wrote in the chat that you had wheel issues and you were facing the wrong way.
Yeah, pretty embarrassing.
So where did that actually happen? Because I didn't catch that. All I saw was I'm pretty sure it was at the top of Sector 1 there with the
Yeah,
out the pits.
Yep, drove out of the pits. Oh no, wheel's not working. It was over.
Yeah, very
So,
unfortunate, but at least it happened
yeah.
now and not during the race. So at least you have time to
Yeah,
fix it up.
I think I've got it fixed.
Yeah, that's the main thing. But are you looking forward to this race tonight? Do you like the track, or are you a big fan?
Honestly, I've got no practice, so just trying to see where I am.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I'll pass you along to SJ, mate. See if he's got any questions for you.
Yep.
Dynasty Seafoals, welcome back, mate. The returning of Seafoals.
Yeah, thank you.
Remember your old car, mate, the old Hass.
Yeah.
Track that you like in Cota?
Yeah, it's a good track. Yeah.
Okay, all right. And you feel confident in? Is it just scoring points tonight? Just making a
Yeah,
nice little return and just getting points on the table.
yeah, I think I should be able to move up. I don't know if Div 6 is exactly where I should be, so we'll see.
We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see and find
Yeah.
out. If you win by a margin, but I will tell you though, you'll be surprised
Yeah,
on Div
I
6.
don't think I will.
These guys are very quick. The
Yeah.
top. So yeah, be interesting. It's gonna be a good race.
Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing what you can do.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate. All right.
All right, that was
Back to you.
Seafold. So yeah, so he's a returning driver. So we're going to see how he goes. Of course, if he does end up blitzing the field, I don't think he will. But if he does, then obviously he will be moved straight up. No questions asked. Unfortunately, yeah, some things we get incorrect, but as SJ said, there is some quick drivers on the grid.
I have a
I
quote. I have a quote on that.
yeah.
As Justin Bieber said, "Never say never." Sorry, I had to do that. Go on.
So I personally think the pace between the top half of Div 6 all the way through to Div 4 is exactly the same, but I believe it's the racecraft that splits every division. That's my honest thoughts. Because some of these guys, I'm looking at the times. Fishlips, for example, he's done a quicker lap than I ever did in Q1, Q2, and Q3. So, um, yeah, I think it's mainly the racecraft that splits the divisions. Otherwise, you'd probably see me down here.
Yeah, and I did quicker time than Fishlips
Yeah,
when I
yeah,
was
which means you
practicing.
did quicker than me. So, but yeah, as I said,
It doesn't make sense.
I personally think the divisions are pretty well similar in pace. It's just the racecraft that is
Yes,
the
agreed.
difference. Compared to when Div 4 jump into Div 3, I believe that is a pace difference and racecraft difference in some aspects. So, we'll move on to our third and final driver who has been waiting in here for a while. Faded mate, how are you?
Bad mate yourself.
Not too bad, mate. Now, obviously, I know the reason why you got that quali ban. You got it horribly, horribly wrong in Baku. But obviously, you're looking to redeem yourself here after that quali ban. So you're trying to... What's the aim for tonight? Are you going to try and see where you can make up the positions? Maybe top 10 is the aim, or are you aiming higher than that?
Just have a tidy race mainly. You know, if I can get to top 10, that'd be good. But yeah, just keep it clean. Stay out of any shenanigans that might take place is my goal tonight.
Yeah, nah, that's brilliant goal. Just yeah, as I always say, mate, just take your time. There's no rush into doing it lap 1 or lap 10 or lap 20. Pretty much majority of the race comes down to the last lap and making the correct move then. But yeah, unfortunate the incident that happened in Baku. But you do move forward from that. I know you are a better driver than that. But I'd like to wish you well, mate. I'll pass you on to SJ and see if he's got any questions for you.
Thanks, Dynasty. Faded mate. A real nice guy since we've spoken to you a few times in the comms box. Unfortunately, that is obviously eliminations and quali, but never spoken to you on for the P1 position, and you've come so close this season to that situation. Do you believe the remaining tracks that are left, all this track, that is a target that you can reach this season?
I think there's definitely a couple tracks coming up that I might have a chance. Singapore, I do have a lot of skin in the game there. Here too, not so much race practice, but this is Texas is one of the main tracks that I sort of taught myself when I first started playing. So I do know the track well, but race pace, we'll see. I've only ever had one league race, and that was last night in the rain, funnily enough. So we'll see how we go.
Yeah, so you've already got like one up on these guys, and yeah, congratulations on that. Yesterday, that race was, yeah, no comment. But tonight, hopefully it's dry and it's not the same as deja vu as last night. Quick mention, your teammate, you and your teammate, since Sick Buddy's come in, you two have been really like consistent in the Williams. And what does it do for you as a driver of having another teammate like someone like Sick Buddy?
It definitely helps a lot. I think, like, we work together. We're in the engineering box together. We're communicating with each other, and he's giving me tips and whatnot. And it definitely helps having a more experienced teammate, and especially being on call with them and communicating with them. I'm not sure how many drivers do that, but it helps tenfold.
Okay. I'm going to ask you one big question, which I haven't asked anyone this. You wanting to see Division 6 for F125?
Oh, of course, yeah. I'm definitely interested. That'd be awesome to see.
Good answer. Good answer. I'd love it if he said no. I'd be like, oh crap. Okay. All right, all good. Well, no, I wish you the best. Yeah, it's unfortunate with the quali ban. You obviously know how I feel.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wish you all the
Move
best,
forward.
mate, and just
Cheers, mate.
pick your time. just take your time. That's what I would just. My advice would be turn one can be a bit of a hell show going into that, depending on the conditions. But no, all the best, mate, and we'll talk to you soon.
Awesome, mate. Cheers. Have a good one.
Cheers, mate.
All right, so that was a faded.
I'd be annoyed if he actually said he didn't want to see Div 6 Dynasty.
Nah, everyone wants to see Division 6 again. It's going to obviously, with the new game, it's going to be interesting to see who will have pace and whatnot, because the new game, in my opinion, will be a lot better than this game. So I cannot wait for the day to get rid of this game forever. Just send it in the bin and never look back. Because
I think there's a lot of people.
There is maybe one or two things that you could say that is good about this game, but I think you can list a lot more bad with this game than good. Especially some game-breaking bugs that are still in the game. Realistically, should have been gone half a year ago to almost a year ago now. So, but yeah, we're getting close to this end of the Q2. Idabor has just had a massive snap heading into Sector 3, so he will not be able to make it around again, but he's lost so much time there. And he's currently in the dropout section. Cam is hoping for a miracle here, 133.2. I don't think that will get him through. Edge finishes, Ski unfortunately is out. Coupon 6 is out. Woofer looks like he's on a lap again. Oh, Idabor nearly goes off the track. Oh, he almost goes off the track there again. Oh, he has a big snap again, and this will be his one done and dusted. He is out of qualifying. Can Paul and Hell get out of Q2? Woofer
Really
is
close.
on a lap. He's flashing red, so he is the lead car of them too, so we'll stay on board of him. He's almost up on his time, which is not enough actually, because it's
No,
it's about
they could be
second
in
down.
trouble.
So
Paul and Hell.
I'll have a look at his sector time, because if it's not improving much, then I will probably jump off board. Coming into sector 3, what is he going to run? He is half a second down. All right, we might stay on board just in case. This sector might be brilliant from him. So can he pull it from the clouds?
Yeah.
He needs to pull. He needs to pull a massive amount of time. Thunderballs retires in the pits. That is a Haas crossing the line now as well. So he's finished for his. Can Cam hold on? That is the question. He was in the pit, so he can't go again. 128,
This is close
129,
between Paul and Hell.
130. Woof it. No, he invalidates. He is out. Paul and Hell.
Oh, he's out.
And he doesn't look like he's improving. He is not improving. Here we go, P11, and that is the top 10 sorted. Cam surviving by a whisker. SJ.
Yep, well, there you go. Coops on Stick, Ski, Idabor, Woofer, and Paul and Hell. Please jump into the comms box. Yeah, interesting there to see a few of those guys go out there. Aston Martin, Iraq Lobster, and Fish Lips, and Sick Paddy are your top 3 that go through. Also, Thunderballs, China, Ninja Goo, Idge, J-Man, David, and Cam. Great job from Kick. Great job from McLaren. And also, there's a few others as well. I'm just trying to look. No, that's it. They're the only 2 teams that have gone through. But we've lost a Red Bull, Aston Martin, Mercedes, Ferrari, and an Alpine. So yeah, bit of drama there, but no breaking news of 2 teams being knocked out in Q2 Dynasty.
No, certainly not. So yeah, a bit of a mixed variety, a mixed bag. I don't think any of the Ferraris are through to Q3 though, so they are actually both out. But yeah, I think my prediction can still be big here. I believe
Well, in now.
Fish Lips, Ninja, and Sick Party will be the top 3. I reckon.
Okay, well, I'm just about to put one in. Who's going to take
I
pole?
think Thunderballs
There we
will
go.
miss out by a close margin. I think Edge will be the same, J-Man the same, and I expect China to show the pace, so he could potentially jump all of them. But I feel like the leaders per se won't have the lap in them to knock off a Ninja Goo or a Fish Lips or a China. So there's my prediction, guys. But you are currently putting one in, which is good. So we have one of our drivers that was out in Q2. Coop, how you going, mate?
Yeah, I'm going good. How about you?
Good, mate. Obviously, I was watching your Q1 a fair bit, invalidating a lot.
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
what what
I
sec
just
what sectors did
I just
you?
lost the rear of the car.
Yeah. So what sectors
Yeah.
did you dislike of the track? Was it just mainly sector one that you were having struggles with, or is it sector one and sector three?
It was sector 2 and 3.
Two and
I
three.
didn't have that. Yeah, I didn't have that much trouble with sector 1. Sector 1. I mean, like towards the end of sector 1, after that huge like S through the track, like that final corner going into the straight, I was having a little bit of trouble on. But other than that, I mean, the really sharp left-handers were the only two hard ones for me. Otherwise, I was just going too deep or too wide.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Yeah, I personally found my problem was a pit wall. That was my main problem. But no, I found sector one was where I pretty much struggled the most. I found the more grip was in sector three and sector two, but each to their own. But P15, that's not really a bad place to be in this race. What's the plan? Are you going to try for an alternate strategy? Maybe go hards to mediums, or are you just going to stick with the medium to hards, or are we going to see rain or anything?
Honestly, I have no idea what I'm going to go with at this point. I need to talk to that with my engineer.
Yep, fair enough. I'll pass you along to SJ and see if he's got any questions for you.
Thanks, Dynasty. Coops, how you going, mate?
I'm going good. How about you?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. Obviously, going into this race, you've got a hefty pen. So I think this one is just about finishing, not obviously DNFing and trying to get maybe that last point if possible, or depending on how many people end up finishing this race. Is that the plan?
Yeah, that's definitely getting rid of that 25 seconds.
Yeah. You don't want to be
It,
taking that
it
into
could have
Singapore.
gone. It could have gone last week, but I mean, I went flying, so I mean, it was just unlucky.
Yeah, as a song by R. Kelly, I Believe I Can Fly was
Yep.
probably what you were probably what you were
Yep.
playing when you were when you were driving. All right, well, we'll have to wait and see what happens, mate. We obviously did tune in and watch your hot lap. We could see that you were struggling in some areas. Maybe, probably some advice, or do you probably feel that you weren't using the ERS enough?
Yeah, I wasn't using the ERS enough, and my engineer told me that like at the end of Q2, he's like, "Oh, we can work on your ERS management, but it's all good."
That's
So
good. That's good.
yeah,
That's what it's all about, mate. It's all about learning. It's all about learning and getting comfortable with the car, comfortable with the controls. And the difficult thing
yeah,
is that each track gives a different dynamics every week. You know, you've got long straights, tire wear galore here, and then you're going to a track next week, which is a sprint weekend, narrow walls around Singapore, possibility of rain as well. So, going to be very interesting to see what happens next week as well. But no, wish you all the best
yeah.
tonight in Cota. Go out there, have fun, and get the car home.
Thank you.
All
Isn't it?
right, so
Back to
that
you, Dons.
was Coop on Sticks for his interview. I don't believe we're getting anyone else, so it is what it is. We move forward. So we're coming to the closing stages anyway of the qualifying. I don't know what that was. Oh, I think that was. Yep, Edge just moving out the way of both of the McLarens because I think they're doing a tow. If I'm not mistaken. Yep, so they're doing a tow. Who I was on board with China. He just ran a 132.198. Thunderbolts has got the quickest time, 132.101. So what are we going to see? Are we going to see quicker than a 132 tonight in Div 6? Yeah, their times are really quick. Iraq Lobster on his outlap does invalidate, but I'm sure it doesn't really bother him as much. Fish Lips is coming around sector 3 now. See if he can put it into the 131s. He got a tow right down the back straight. There is yellows in sector 3. That is Thunderbolts just getting out the way of the Haas and the Alpine. No, the Williams, sorry. Fish Lips goes a 132.163, so he goes right behind his teammate. Very, very good lap there. So we see J-Man in the box. We see Sick Party in the box. Ninja will be coming into the box. And so will China, I believe. Edge has decided to go. Oh, he invalidates, so he'll now be going straight back in and putting on a fresh
Pressure
set,
is
I would
on.
say. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, a lot of pressure.
pressure looks on.
We'll
Yeah,
start on
looks
board
on. You
Rock
could be eating your
Lobster.
words here, Dynasty.
Yeah.
You could be
Well,
eating your
hey,
words here, mate.
yeah, maybe, but I still wouldn't count out. As I said, Sick Party, J-Man, well, Sick Party Ninja in China, I still think they've got pace in them to get there. I didn't put Fish Lips in that category of the free, so I mean, if he takes it and then Thunderballs falls down to P4, then I think I got that prediction correct. But we're on board
Well,
with Rock Lobster at the moment. He's on
there's
your
only
lap.
two people in the predictions. They've gone 80%, 4.5 thousand on Iraq, and 1.1 on China. No vote for Thunderballs, no vote for the rest, and it's unusual. It's really unusual to see that these guys don't have a lot of faith in the rest of the guys. So yeah, only two guys that think they're going to get pole, and that is Iraq and China.
Yeah, it's going
So
to be very
interesting.
interesting. It's going to be interesting to see who will try and get the toe from maybe one of these other teams that don't have two drivers in. Will they maybe try and benefit from a team doing the toe and try to stick right behind them? Iraq Lobster will finish his lap. I don't know if he'll get around again and get another lap in, because there's a minute 30 per lap. Oh yeah, he probably would. He's pushing it. 132.254.
No,
So he goes P4.
10th off.
So that's one of the drivers that I said will not be getting top 3 tonight. In qualifying.
Interesting. It's down to Cam.
Yeah.
He's the next one. He's the next
on
one to
his-
finish the time, and then everyone set a time. So keep an eye on Cam for this one, I think. If you want me to take it away or not.
Yeah, you can. I'm just letting you know, Rock Lobster will get around to the pit, the pit entry at about 2:40 left. So not enough time to play with to get into the box and come back out on fresh tyres. But yeah, take away Cam's lap.
So he's gone into turn one, now coming through the S's. He's only got about 65% battery, so he's used a little bit of battery. Took a very, very wide. He does not look comfortable with the rear, with the wing at the moment, the rear wing. So we'll have to wait and see what he's going to be like down the main straight. We're not going to see any improvement on time because he hasn't set a time. So we will see purple across all of his 1, 2, 3 sectors. But at the moment, it's looking very quick. Does look a little bit all over the place on some of his exits. So we'll have to wait and see what happens coming down the main straight here. Burning up to around about 38% ERS. As you can see there, near enough of the same ERS to the yellow bar as well. Very nicely done there in Sector 2. Now coming into Sector 3. This is the windy part of the track. You'll probably see a lot of overtakes here, people on the inside and then on the outside as well. Then you've got the windy loop, which this is easy, so easy to invalidate coming out of this corner, which he's just about to come into now. So he gets onto the curb there, takes it very nicely, but doesn't get anywhere near the curb at all. So he's got his line completely wrong there. Crossing the line, it looks like it is going to be, yeah, it's a 133. He's way off the pace from the top 3 at the moment. So that did not look comfortable at all. Could be just a bit of a banker, but I think he's done. I don't think he's going to get round again unless he has got 7 kg in that car and he puts it all onto none and goes again. We'll have to wait and see how much fuel is in that car, Dynasty.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what it's going to be like. We've got a lot of people out on our laps. We've got Sick Party, who has started his lap, so this will be his final run. Oh, he goes so wide. He loses the back end as well. That's going to lose him so much time. So at the moment, he'd be improving, but not by much. Coming through the S-bends. Gets it alright. He's still chucking that car around. Yeah, he's not improving at all. So he's definitely pulled off. So he's going to go for another lap. Fish Lips, on the other hand, is going for his lap. So he also is chucking that car around like no tomorrow. Like a lot of them.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm just having a look. Cam has got a Haas behind him, who is on the outlap, so that's fine. So we'll go back to Fish Lips. He'll be getting a tow from his teammate. and I'd expect probably his teammate to be giving him another tow behind him. There is a Red Bull, I believe, of David in front. Yep. So just gotta navigate that without damaging the other cars next to you. Fishlips goes through sector 2 with a purple, and he's improving massively.
Whoa!
This is going to be a 131.7.
Wow.
As I
The
said,
tone
these
is
guys
insane.
have the pace, but it's the racecraft aspect that is the big problem. So coming around the last corner, this is the big invalidation zone. You do not want to hit it wrong, like we've seen many drivers. He gets it correct. What will he do? He'll do 131.6.
Wow.
That is
I think we're seeing a double McLaren on the podium here. I think we're seeing a
potentially.
1-2 going in this race.
Potentially, it
Got
depends
to
on
keep an
Thunderbolts.
eye on Thunderbolts
Can
and
he prove?
China at the
Iraq
moment.
Lobster will not get around. He is finished.
There you go. So you got that prediction right, and
Yep,
everyone
that's
got that
one.
wrong.
That is one right. Edge is on his lap. Oh, how does he not invalidate? There is a Red Bull in front of him on a lap. I don't think the McLarens have got this right. Yeah, Thunderbolt's not going to get a tow. Well, he's going to get a tow from Edge, but not his teammate now. So
Yeah,
will that affect the top three?
No, China's not quick enough. China's way up on his way down on his time.
Unless it's this last sector.
0.21.
Unless
It's gonna be
gets it
close.
Oh,
It's gonna be close.
he gets a Oh, he does a 131.9.
Yeah, he gets me too. 131.9. There we go. Thunderballs is up on his time a little bit as well. Slash 20. This is going to be very interesting.
Sick Party coming around.
Party
It's going to be a 131. No, 132.122.
Thunderballs is still up on his time. I think Thunderballs could have this. It could be Edge. We'll have to wait and see here. We've got Thunderballs coming round. He's getting a nice little toe. Gets a little bit wrong coming out in the exit there on the third sector. Comes around the corner. Oh, does he get it? It's a 131. Oh, he gets P2. There you go. And there you have it. It's double McLaren on the podium. On for P1 and P2. And all the predictions are completely wrong. So how do you feel about that? Everyone got it wrong. So Fishlips takes pole position. Incredible.
I like to take my hat off. I almost got it correct. There was three other drivers in the air. But Fishlips takes pole with a 131.689. So very, very quick time. Thunderbolts P2 131.801, and China taking out P3 with a 131.977. So still a good time from the Kick Sauber there to go for back-to-back. But now we come to the race aspect. So it's not always about qualifying, it's always about that race pace.
No, definitely. And there your classifications.
Yep, and I'll run through it. So you got Fishlips P1, followed by Thunderbolts P2, China P3, Sick Party in the top 4, Iraq Lobster P5, J-Man P6, Ninja Goo P7, Edge in P8, Cam in P9, David rounding out the top 10. But things are about to get spicy, I reckon, in this race.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like some of these guys are going to have an interesting night. A little bit further down the pack there, like, Sick Party, J-Man, Edge, Ninja Goo. Ninja Goo was pretty good in Austria. So, yeah, this is going to be very interesting. And obviously, sunny skies out there, so no rain. So it's a shame that couldn't have happened yesterday for Division 5, but we'll forget about that now. I think this is going to be a very good race. Now the question will be is how the McLaren are going to work this out, because we saw last night. It can, especially in turn 1 if they don't get it right.
That is a horrible,
and also we saw
turn.
Mercedes. We saw Mercedes yesterday in Thailand, Vettel switching around, obviously in those wet conditions, in the dry. If the person's quick enough, they're going to have to try and... Yeah, it's going to be very difficult.
I feel like it's going to be horribly bad because of how wide this turn is. We see a lot of incidents happen in this turn alone. So when we get started, I'll let you take away the lap 1 or the race start. But I feel like if we're going to see anything, it's going to be this turn one, because you go up the hill and it is a pretty narrow turn in, but you can go five wide. But here you go, you take it away, SJ.
All right, we've got 5 red lights at round number 13, Cota Division 6, and we are away. I'll get all my stats up and ready. Fish Lips goes into pole position, or Thunderballs has gone the right-hand side, and it looks like Fish Lips goes around the outside. Thunderballs has got it all wrong, and he's going to be attacked by China. He's lost P2. Now he's going to be attacked by Iraq Lobster. Going into the S's, you do not want to be going side by side, and there is a virtual safety car. Darby is out. He is disqualified. He's not even moved off the start. What a debut for the Ferrari driver tonight. Not the best of debuts at all. I was being sarcastic there if you didn't hear that. But yeah, a VSC and Thunderballs losing P2. Got it all wrong going into Sector 1 there, into Turn 1. And you did say that, Dynasty, that you've got to be careful. Has got in front of Iraq Lobster, but China got the move done there. So yeah, interesting start there. 1 DSQ. And we've got 17 guys left, and yeah.
As I said, it can go horribly wrong. So Darby or Champ, his wheel must be still playing up, as Thunderballs has got that restart horribly wrong. He's fell down 2 spots, but he's gained 1 back from Ninja Googe. So he's trying to get Iraq Lobster. Now he does. So he must be running that higher wings. But Iraq Lobster's saying, no, I'll take that position back, thank you very much.
Ooh,
but that allows Ninja
to
get involved. Oh, this could go horribly wrong. But it doesn't, which is good. Thunderballs following Iraq Lobster, Ninja Googe following that Sick Party, J-Man, Cam, who's up a spot, Edge, who's down a couple spots, and David rounding out the top 10. So this Woofer, unfortunately, losing out 1.6 seconds to that top back. Thunderballs is overtaken by multiple drivers there, so I don't know what's happened there. But his the race start hasn't worked out for him, SJ.
No, dropping all the way down to P6. Oh, it's all going on. Everyone are very aggressive going into turn 1 there. Fish Lips though was flying. It was 8.5 tenths out in front. China has pulled that back in with the DRS there. 4.5 tenths. There's a lot of people moving edges up and into P8. He's having a nice little battle with the new driver of Cam there. Someone going way off track there, and that was Edge that has gone off track there. So hopefully he's not got in the way. He got David about to attack him, and Eyeball is going on the right hand side of David on the curb. Very eager. Trying to push there. Remember, guys, lap 2 out of 28. Plenty of time. Eyeball's still going to go for a move on David there. Doesn't get the job done. Gets a good exit coming out there. Moves a little bit on the back. Lose the back end there. Going back up to the front though. Fish Lips 2.5 tenths out in front with China ready to pounce, get the job done. Sick Party making the move on Iraq Lobster there. And Thunderballs down there in P6. He is going to have a little bit of trouble trying to get back through this pecking order, but it's just now gaining that momentum. Get yourself back to normal and start making yourself through the pack. You know, you've got the pace. We saw in quali, and there is a safety car at the back, Dynasty.
Yeah, that
or
is
yellow at the back.
Coop on 6 at the back. Seafold's made up a couple of spots, which is good to see. But no, I still might be right here. Like, I might have just guessed it wrong. It might not be qualify. I might meant the race that we're going to have a different top 3. Because currently, as it stands, Fish Lip, China, and Sick Party. That's definitely not Iraq Lobster, Thunderballs, or Edge. And Thunderballs and Edge just look like they're not handling the track all that well tonight. Even J-Man as well, he's showing the pace. But currently the top 2 are keeping away from the pack.
They're doing a great job there as well, but Sick Paddy has fallen back, as you were saying, from that DRS of China. So it looks like it's going to be a 2-horse race at the moment between Fish Lips and China. We've got Sick Paddy in that 1.5 tenths there. We've got Iraq Lobster there, down there in P4. Then we've got Ninja Goo, then Thunderballs, who's right on the back of Ninja Goo. So he looks like he's got the momentum back. Let's see if he can make the job and get the overtake, because Ninja Goo, he is in with the DRS of Iraq Lobster, but Sick Party's going to be in trouble here if he can't get in the DRS of China. A little bit further back down, we've then got J-Man. Thunderballs is right behind Ninja Goo. Ninja Goo, 54%. Thunderballs making the move for that P5 position. They look like they're both burning here. They are both burning using all of their ERS, so just let him go. 34%. Ninja Goo down to 17%. But they have got to the back of Sick Party, which is interesting.
With that DRS. Well, actually, the top 2 are saving their ERS compared to everyone else. everyone else is below 40. Thunderballs is now saving though. J-Man's also
Yep.
saving. But yeah, they seem to have the rhythm again to get going. But we've seen our first 3-second penalty, and that's to Seafolds. He
Yep.
has right end plate damage. That will not help his
So does
race,
Coops.
does he?
Coops is on the hards now, yeah. He's gone into the pits and on those hards, and he'll try and go to the end, I reckon. Or try to go to the end, and just in case there's a safety car there. I'm going to go back further down. We've got Thunderballs there, Jin J-Man, then Edge getting the job done on Cam. These two look like they're going to have a great battle tonight. Cam and Edge in that P8 and P9 position. David there getting absolutely harassed by the Aston Martin of Vidor in P11. Then he got Woofer, which is 1.7 back, so he's at the DRS there. He's going to come under trouble from Faded. So Faded has made some good positions up from starting last. Ski, unfortunately, down there in P14, right at the back of Faded. Then you've got Seafolds down there in 2 seconds. Paul and Hell saying in 3.5, so not the best of starts for him tonight. And then unfortunately Coops with that damage earlier on. But back at the front, Fishlips is leading the way with China looking to get the move done. Yes, he does get the move, but they are going to have a nice little battle going, and they don't want to be fighting it. And China looks like he's got that all wrong. Fishlips is going to let him go around. No, he's not. Fishlips is going to keep the inside lane. And this is bringing a Rat Lobster into it. And we've seen so many overtakes. Someone going on the outside and then someone coming on the inside. It's also brought Sick Party in. And if these guys keep battling, that could bring Ninja Goo in. As J-Man has got in front of Thunderballs. So Thunderballs down into piece 7 now.
That was an interesting... yeah, they were 2 to 3 wide at certain stages of that Sector 3. Ninja, J-Man and Thunderballs all looking to take place from each other, which is the wrong call. 100% is the wrong call. You're not battling in lap 5 out of 28, especially when you're already losing time to the pack. And I've seen, and I got this horribly wrong, people have been turning off their battery in this sector, Sector 1, which is the biggest mistake you can make, because that's where you lose the most time, because you still want to keep the car fast going through this sector. It's Sector 3 where you can turn it to none and sing Kumbaya. But yeah, they're currently 2.1. But the more they keep fighting, this gap's just going to explode. It's going to pull out to probably 5 seconds by the time they pit. But with saying that, the undercut here is very, very powerful.
Yeah, definitely, but the top 4 are already working together. There's already a 2.1 second gap to Ninja Goo already, and Sick Party and Iraq Lobster and Fishlips and China just fighting each other with the DRS. As Iraq Lobster goes for a move on Fishlips, goes around the outside. Does he get the job done? And Fishlips looks like he's got his line. These two are going to go side by side. McLaren versus Aston. Iraq Lobster takes the inside line, gets the job done, and into P2. Fishlips now into P3. Sick Party into P4, and that will probably switch around again as Fishlips has got some serious amount of ERS left, as Iraq is on 28, China's on 32, and Sick Party is on 49. So really good ERS management there from Fishlips at the moment, but they are all in a DRS train. That's pulled it down to 2.3 now, and someone has gone round in...
That is Ski.
Ski. Not having the best of nights. He's gone...
Paul and Hell pass. Yep, he gets back on. Perfect.
Into P15 there.
Yeah, so his tyres will be
yeah.
cooking. His tyres would be cooking right now, so potentially
Ooh,
probably
J-Man and Ninja Goo!
And this
side
fighting,
by side.
This fighting will hold him up to about 3 seconds now.
Oh, side by side in the S's. Oh, Ninja Goo has to brake, and then he goes into the back of Thunderballs. Oh, this is dangerous driving here between the Alpine and J-Man there. I would not think you'd go side by side through the S's, but obviously Division 6 again, must think that they are invincible.
The racecraft. I did say that's what splits the divisions. And the Ski is around again.
We got yellows.
That is, his mediums are cooked. So now would be the time to box. Especially
either mediums, or he's got extreme side pod damage. One or the other.
Yeah, possibly. But this, they're diving each other. This is just. Again. It's now out to 3.7, 3.9. Oh, it's just climbing. And battling more and more through to the corners. I don't know how else to explain it. It's bringing edge into it, but all this battling, 4.1 seconds. As I said, it's going to be 5 seconds by the time they box.
Oh,
Oh, they make contact.
oh
He's spun.
no! They
He's
made
come back.
contact.
Oh,
And the balls is round.
everyone gets past. He
Oh
rolls
no!
off the track, and that brings out a virtual. And
Yeah,
I
go
think
straight in,
Edge
Thunder.
has seen that and has dived straight in.
Yeah,
Very,
that's not
very.
that's pretty
That is
clever. Very clever from
probably
the Mercedes driver
the
there.
smartest call. So if anyone is below that mark, I would be 100% diving in. Oh, it's a full safety car.
I'd be
They've
fuming.
caught the safety car. It's actual
It is a
full.
full.
So
It is
this
a
is
full.
going to
Wow.
hurt a lot
Wow.
of the drivers because we do know there is a rule in place. You cannot back the drivers up now under any circumstance by more than 3 seconds. So people got to be careful of that. Or is there side by side faded? I think faded has to give up that position. I think maybe.
No, he's
No,
got the job.
no, his
He's got
game.
the he got the
I thought he
position.
was slowing down because of the game telling him to, but never mind. He's faded. I'm surprised he didn't box there because now both
Yeah,
Williams
I
have to
reckon we'll
pit.
see these guys in.
This kind of benefits Thunderballs massively.
Oh, yes and no. It
Edge.
benefits his Edge the most. Edge will take pole
Well,
position. He'll take P1
Edge, David,
because these.
Idabor, Seafolds, Thunderballs, Woofer, Ski, Cam, Paul, and Hell will all jump the top 7 here.
You really want to be pitting around about lap 8, 9 on the mediums here. They just do not last. So these guys have only got probably 3 more laps, and the question is how much are they going to be able to pull away? That's 7 cars. I'm just going to put noted lap 7.
Yeah. Also,
there.
you have to
Ninja.
realize it was lap 6, by the way. Lap 6.
Was it lap 6?
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, it was lap 6. You have to realize a couple laps under safety car as well, so that will help the tyres out a fair bit. So everyone will be going a distance now, I would say. But this is honestly going to hurt the top 7 here. This has absolutely.
Yeah, because it's putting them in the Delta.
Yeah.
It's all put them in the Delta. So if all these top 7 go in, Edge takes P1, David P2, Audible P3, Seafolds P4, and
all the
Thunderbolts
way
P5.
behind Paul and Hell. I think Coop is just that little bit too far back.
China. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in. China's in.
We're seeing everyone coming in. Everyone's deciding. Oh,
Yeah,
just. Yep. Everyone is in.
There you go. Are they listening to us, Dynasty?
The top
They
7.
must be listening to us.
You'd have to. There's no
There you go.
reason you would stay out. We saw it not last night, I think the night before when people stayed out. Who was it? Jizzle, I think it was. On the medium tyres, 20 lap old or something.
Not Chisel. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he stayed out
yeah.
and he held up the whole pack. But as I said, they all came out behind Paul and Hell. So
Yeah.
So that, as I said, that's absolutely hurt their race. This track is not the easiest to pass, and now the ball now is in Edge and Thunderballs, Idabor, David's court. Seafolds, he's got a pen. Seafolds as well was saying that he thought he was going to blitz past his pack, but early in the race he was barely keeping up. But I wonder if he's fixed the damage. He has fixed the damage.
Things can change.
So we're going to find out now.
Things can change.
So we're going to see when push comes to shove. Let's see what the man can do in P4. But
Well, this is great, isn't it? Because you've got a completely different pack all the way from P1 down to P9 now. So you've got Edge leading it, David in P2, Idleborn in P3. Seafolds obviously struggled earlier on. He's now in P4 on 3 lap more. He's on 2 more laps than the top 3. You've got Thunderballs that had that incident with Ninja Goo. That'll obviously be investigated. You then got Woofer as well. Then you've got Ski, who has been struggling most of this race early on. Maybe have side pod damage, a little bit of internal damage to that Mercedes. We don't know. Safety car coming in. You've got Cam that's had a great battle with Edge in this race. He's actually down there in P8 just having a penalty. And Paul in Hell. And then you had China, who was leading the race, now down into P10. So China, Iraq Lobster and Fish Lips, they're on very fresh tyres, but they have been the quickest ones that we've seen so far in this race. So how quick is it going to be before China and Iraq Lobster get through the pack? So this is going to be a really, really interesting second half of the race now.
A really good question because, as I said, it's all dependent on how much they battle into corners. So we saw a lot of people battling really, really early. So wonder if they've learnt from that. And
That's why we saw the incident. That's why we
yeah,
saw the incident with Ninja
exactly,
going,
exactly. And we're only on lap 6, so Edge is now gone. He is not waiting. David was sort of caught napping, but he's managed to stay within 0.7. Idabor's right behind David though, so he's thinking of a move, but he'll think better of it. Ski is keeping 7, but Cam coming around the outside, he makes the move done.
Oh,
Very, very
a
good
little
move.
bit of contact there.
Yeah,
A little bit of contact
but
there.
shoulders
A
out
little bit
is
of a smack there.
yeah, shoulders out are alright in my opinion. He was, I think, entitled space at that time, but I think Ski more backed out of it just because he knows that lap 9 out of 28 is still a long way to go. But yeah, the real question is, what will happen with this pack? So China, oh, he spun! Oh, I just got on board with that. Paul and Hell has been spun, and that's taken out majority. Well, it's lost a lot of time to Ski alone, and Ski's lost a lot of time to Cam. So that's that will be investigated. Lap 9, sector 1.
Keep putting
Cam
that in.
makes a move up the inside of
Hang on.
Woofer to P6, and
He was
they
involved?
I
China.
just right China Paul and Hell, and I'll have to go back onto it and have a look because there was multiple there. But yeah, this has really hindered P9 and down their race, and they're still battling side by side, not realising that we've still got 20 odd laps to go, boys. DRS is
Edge
now
is gone.
enabled. Edge is off
Edge
and
is
gone.
gone. He's 1.3. 1.3 out in front, and then
Rock
there's David.
Lobster
Then
has
it's Eyeball.
damage. He is fixing that wing. Ninja Googe picks up a penalty, so he gets a free second.
Yeah, he's got no front left. No front left plate.
Yep.
A little
So
bit of damage there.
that is going to affect his race. China, unfortunately, with that tangle with Paul and Hell, I personally think maybe there's side pod damage there. But it's going to be a superhuman feat to get from P15 to P1 in 18 laps. Obviously hoping for a safety car. Coupon sticks up to P12, if you don't mind.
Yep.
Getting the extra point. Fade and Menace and J-Man swapping positions through Sector 1. But
China. Internal damage on the kick.
yeah, I figured there, it looked like there was a bit of big contact there, but the beneficiaries of that are P10 and above, because now they're 3.5 clear of P11, and it's only growing.
Yep.
It's about 5
Well,
seconds to
Eyeball
P12.
is catching edge. Eyeball is catching edge now. He was one. He just
was
lost a
behind
little bit
David.
of time there to David.
Yeah.
But he is catching edge, so he will bring him in the DRS. So we're going to see a nice little battle there between Eyeball and Edge. Doesn't look like David has got the pace. He's got the consistency, but he doesn't seem to have the pace. He's got Seafoals and Thunderballs right behind him. Thunderballs will just stay behind a little bit further this time because he doesn't want to get involved in another one of those incidents at the moment, because at the moment he is looking at P4 position, as Seafoals does have that penalty. But Seafoals looks like he's going to go for a move on David. He's got hardly any ERS. He's burnt everything. And he's going for the move on the left-hand side into turn 1. David goes around the outside.
Gets it done, leaves
keeping
the room.
it there. David's been
Gets it done.
squeezed. Can't get the job done. And Seafoal's up in the P3.
He's
David
got
now
none.
in the P4.
He's got none already.
Thunderballs in the P5.
So that means they're going to go nearly side by side, but he's going to be pushing that car through, and that's dropping the time dramatically here. Yeah, as I said,
he's burnt all of his ERS.
It's the wrong. It is the wrong sector to go none, but he has caught. He has caught the. Oh no, he doesn't.
Everyone's
Yes,
in
he
the
has.
DRS,
No, he hasn't.
though.
He's almost caught that DRS. I wonder if he's got that.
Oh, he's got it.
Has
9.6, 9.17.
No, he doesn't.
Let's
He
have a
doesn't.
look. 9,
He has to burn.
1.034.
He doesn't. The line was back there, so he'll lose out here. So that
Thunderbolt's
time
just going for the move. He's got more ERS than David. He goes for P4. Does he
Gets
get the
it
job
done.
done? Yes. Oh, yes, he does. There you go. He's got the job done. Up in the P4. He will finish P3 as it stands. He needs to get closer. He needs to get into the top. He needs to be battling edge. That is his guy that is fighting in the championship at the moment. J-Man, who has been one to look out for in the championship. Down there in P17. A Rack
old
Lobster
mediums.
tonight, looking
Oh,
at
no.
1 point and they're on mediums, and he's on 7 laps.
Yeah.
Has he done a
He's
wrong?
went back
Oh,
to
I
his
think he's
mediums.
gone
He's went back to his mediums and
back
it's
on the
wrong.
same.
So I think
Oh, that's his race
his
done.
yeah.
That's his race done,
He'd have to
unfortunately.
box again. He'd have to box within the next 2 laps or 3 laps. You can't.
The
Those
question
tyres will
now
be
will be:
cooked.
will Seafoals be able to get to Eyeball, or are Thunderballs and Seafoals going to work together? As Seafoals takes a very wide line there, Thunderballs is going to go side by side in the S's. Oh, a little bit of a snap there. Oh,
He
are
gets
they going to go
past,
side
he
by side? No,
burns.
Thunderballs gets the job done. Little bit of a contact there, but 2 seconds now is the gap between Thunderballs and Eyeball.
And
They need to work together
the
to catch these two.
The problem that gives is that gives Seafoals the DRS and he picks up another
Oh,
3
he's got a
seconds.
3.
That gives him the DRS in this next zone. So I would feel like he's going to overtake him and then go to none. So I think if you're Thunderballs there, I know he had a big mistake. You would have just held because, as I said, this hands it to the RB with that DRS, gets the move done. But they're just losing so much time on this top 2. So I think if Thunderballs just puts it to none, just holds his line behind Seafoals, I think he will eventually run away with it.
Sorry, I was just on board Fish Lips, Woofer and Cam and Sick Party and Ski. There's a
Yeah.
big battle going on there. Wow, Fish Lips up in a P6. He is motoring.
If they
He
keep
has
fighting,
just pulled a 9/10 gap to Woofer in 2 corners. Insane. He is looking very quick. Woofer is on 1 lap extra than Fish Lips at the moment. Good job from the Ferrari driver of Woofer though at the moment. But this is the question. Are these guys going to be able to catch the front 2? 1.9 between Eyeball and Edge, and they've just switched around. If these guys keep switching with the DRS, they're going to pull a 5-second gap within the next 2-3 laps. And then it's going to be very, very difficult for Seafoals and Thunderballs to catch up. Because this none situation here through the S's is definitely slowing them down. He doesn't drop onto none at the moment, drops onto medium. Keep an eye on the time though, because it's 1.5, so he is dropping the time down slowly. But the thing is, Seafoals is on 8 laps. He's on 2 lap more than Thunderballs and the rest all the way down to P8 and the front 2 as well. So Thunderballs has got a massive opportunity here. Needs to work with him to pull in the gap. And I think they're doing it. I think that's what they're doing now.
Seafoals is burning.
He is
But
burning.
this is the issue. If he burns to stay in front, that gap will just keep going up. Because he's burnt all of that battery to keep up. As you see, Edge and Idavor swap. Seafoals has burnt down to 20%. So let's see if they can catch up. They're grinding away at it. It was 1.8 to 2 seconds, and now 1.3, 1.4. So it's hovering. It's hovering around there. Sick Party gets a 3 second.
Ooh, buddy.
Oh, they're still going side by side. Oh,
Good move there from Sick Party. He that was extremely close. Just one little move there from Woofer, and that's a spin. Yeah, I know what you're saying here, but
Seafoals
Thunderbolts
is
has brought
almost
all of his ERS back.
yeah,
He's nearly
Seafoals
there.
is there.
He's bringing him in. He's bringing him in.
Yeah.
This is an interesting strat that Seafoals is using
but
here.
he's burnt.
But he's bringing
He's burnt
Thunderbolts in.
everything. He's going to go none here though. That's the problem. When he goes none here, that's where he'll lose the time.
These two are fighting. These two are fighting. Edge and Idabor are going at it now. Oh, they're all going at it. Idabor stays right behind. Edge gets in the lead at the moment. Then they're going into medium there. That should bring Seafoals into it. Thunderbolts in the
Idabor
5
picks
and
up
10s.
a free.
Idabor with a pen. That'll be music to Edge's ears now. We've got 2
that slowed him
pens
right
for
down.
Idabor and Seafoals. And that will help Thunderballs
Yep.
as well.
So it's
And
now a
every
4
single
horse
person
battle.
is in the DRS.
Yep, 4-horse battle.
It's
at
all
the
about
top.
David.
David has
It's all
got
about David now.
Fish
David
Lips
is
behind him.
2.7.
Fish Lips has been very quick.
This is interesting.
Yeah, it's going to get very, very interesting. Vader Medicine China have caught Woofer and Ski, so even with that side pod damage, he's making up a lot of time. But obviously, before penalties are coming, I would say, because there has been one driver, unfortunately, who got spun in Sector 1.
On the brakes, Seafalls, and then he goes into the back of the Merc of Edge there, and he is really pushing. He's really looking to even get the move done on Edge here, and this has brought those 4 guys back into it, Audible, Edge, Seafalls, and Thunderballs, and this is what happened last time. Thunderballs was very close to Ninja Goo. They then started to fight, and then he had to spin. So let Seafalls fight Edge. Just let him, and just watch in the background. Don't make any silly maneuvers. Just stay in behind.
No
Not
need to
stay
make
too
a move
close.
this
Let him
early.
burn all.
Just
No, he
chill
doesn't need
out.
to. He's got 6 seconds.
Yeah,
He's got 6
just
seconds. Thunderballs is going to finish P2 as it stands at the moment. So
just chill out behind the wall, put it into none. Save your barrier the whole time. No need to fight him.
Yep.
Keep the tyre wear. Don't have to burn as much. Pull and hell picks up a 3 second, and at least then you're in with a fighting chance right at the end. Obviously, if someone starts to drop off, you would want to make the move. But I feel like if you're Thunderballs, you're probably just staying in that position and just holding fort for the next 10 laps or so, saving your tyres and then going for the glory at the end. Fade and Menace and China have caught Wolfen right now, so they're within the DRS. So Fade and Menace doing a good job so far. So coming from P17.
I'll tell you the pens. While Dynasty does bring them up, we've got 3 for Ideball, 6 for Seafoals, 3 for Sick Party, 3 for Cam, 3 for Paul and Hell, 3 for Coops on Sticks, and 3 for Ninja Goo at the moment. And yeah, here we go. They're both battling again. And why they're battling, I'll tell you something. Fishlips is bringing in that gap down, 2.9 at 2.8. So keep an eye out. If Thunderballs tries and battles with Seafoals, there could be a little bit of a McLaren strategy here to bring in Fishlips.
Maybe he wants to do that. We have yellows.
Oh, we got it. Oh, we got
That's
yellows.
halfway down the straight. How's that happened?
Oh, that's Coops.
Halfway down the
lost
straight
it in the
though.
wall.
Something's happened there, so that's I'm sure will be a ticket because
Seafoals, another pen.
it's not possible
9 seconds.
to lose it down the straight. So, yeah,
Seafoals is going to go for the move. He's going to go for the move on Ideball with the pin. He goes into P2, gets the line right. Ideball goes off track, tries to come back on track, goes side by side. It's on Sticks with 3 seconds. They're both going side by side, and yes,
Ideball pulls out.
They stay within formation.
Yeah, they almost lost DRS to Edge just then. If they stayed side by side that whole time, it would have definitely lost them the DRS. But if you're it slowed right down. Ideball's just lost
safety
car. Someone's hit the pit wall. I think that's Coop who hit the pit wall. He's done a me. Yeah, he has.
Yeah, he has.
He smacked the pit wall. So, 12 laps remaining. What do we do, boys? Do we stay the hards or do we go back to mediums? Do we have mediums to run?
No.
Do we go the soft tyre? I do not go the soft tyre because they will explode. So do they stay out? That is the question. We're going to see a mixed strategy here. I think you'll think some people will be like, okay, I might go to mediums. Iraq Lobster has went to mediums, so he might go back to hards and go the distance. Maybe his tyres will be a lot fresher. But what are we going to see? What are we going to see here?
Go hards to the end.
As everyone is obviously watching their deltas because the delta is fun in this game. What are we going to see? Are we going to see another pit?
No, we're not. We're not seeing anything.
No.
Seafoals
is in. Well, he has 11 lap old hard, so he has to go. Ideball continues. Thunderball continues. David pits. Sick Party stays out.
Okay.
Cam stays out. Ski pits. Woofer pits. China stays out, so he's making up big ground. So that kicks Albers, making brilliant round up. Vader Menace stays out. He'll make up a couple spots here. Probably past Seafoals right at the end of this pit lane. No, he does not. Comes out right behind him. Seafoals will be on the quick tyre though. Very.
Yeah, but they're going to fall off very quickly. He's going to have to battle China and Cam, who are pretty quick drivers. I know they're on 9-10 laps. The mediums will probably make their way, but they fall off very, very quickly. So, and he does have 9 seconds of pens as well. So, going to be an interesting night tonight for him.
Because the safety car will go around one more lap, so they will go to the end. They will be bad at the end, but if he can
They'll be terrible.
if he
That'll
can
be
make the
terrible.
spot early, they'll probably be as bad as the old hards by the end of it, realistically. So he's not in a
18.
I'd
Lap
be
18, you
to
got
be
10 laps.
to be honest, one driver I'd be very cautious about now. Iraq Lobster down in P15. He has just put on 2 lap old hards.
Yeah, he'll
They
be
will
interesting.
be
He'll be one to watch out for.
very fresh. Ninja Gooch
Got to get
6
through the
lap.
pack though.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
got to
what
get
have we
through the
seen there?
pack.
What has happened there? China's just missed his braking. Went off the track. Whoops. That's
He's damaged.
Has he got
No
damage?
damage. Oh, brakes there. Cam nearly went into the back of sick party. No,
Very
the thing
good.
is with Rack Lobster, he's on 2, but look, he's got Paul and Hell in front on fresh. He's then got Ninja Goo on 6. He's then got Woofer on fresh, Ski on fresh, David on fresh, Faded on 9, and Sea Folds on fresh. So it's going to be really difficult to get through. Yes, there is pens in front of him, but I'm very surprised of tonight of Rack Lobster and J-Man. It's just not gone to plan for them tonight.
I think the pace of Iraq Lobster though, and those hards and mediums, they're about the same pace straight away. The hards and mediums. So, like, I'd expect Iraq to make a couple of spots early, potentially really early. But it's good to see a new face in the top 6. So Cam coming in for his first race, I believe, up into P6. So brilliant effort by him.
Yep, no, it has been a really good race from him at the moment. This is a really interesting situation to be in. You know, Idlebull does have that 3-second time penalty, so that's going to hurt him at the closing stages when we've got 10 laps of racing remaining. McLaren are in a fantastic position, P3 and P4. If these guys can work together and try and get Idlebull pretty quick, they can then make try and work together and you know, hurt Edge, and maybe one of them try and hold them up. I don't know what the strategy will be there. We know that Edge got a very good breakaway on the last safety car restart, so if the guys don't, because we're seeing a lot of fighting here tonight, we're seeing a lot of battling, and it's slowing them down, and the other person out in front it just needs that 1.2, 1.3 second, and it's going to be very difficult to pull back that DRS. So these guys need to work together, use the DRS to try and, you know, pull away from Sick Party maybe in that P5 position, and then after that, wait until maybe lap 25, 26, and then start pulling away and trying to go for those moves. But yeah, the interesting thing is there's still 10 laps for penalties still to happen, and especially through the S's. That's probably the worry for me of where the penalties are going to happen, and also in the last sector, in Sector 3 as well. So still opportunity for Edge, Thunderballs and Fish Lips, and China to still get pens, which can definitely change this race up at the moment, honestly.
Yeah. I don't normally check the how many warnings everyone's on, so I normally leave it as a blind situation. So wait and see who gets the pens, who doesn't, because some of these could be on their last warning, and the pressure behind just basically makes you fold to it sometimes, especially through Sector 1 and Sector 3. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens, because we do know safety cars cause safety cars, so things can go really good or they can go really bad straight away, and we might see another one instantly. But as we see, half the grid's on brand new tyres and half the grid's not. So I'm hoping they keep it clean. Oh, as I've just seen a bit of debris. Don't know if that was just track. But we are off and gone. Edge
Eyeballs
has
very
gone
close
ski.
there.
He's got a warning on the last sector there. Seafold's made up one position so far. Straight away. So he makes it up on one of the kick salvers anyway. But yeah, no one has got caught napping. Cam potentially got caught napping. He's 1.2 away now. Woofer made up a position on Ninja Googe. But Ninja Googe is fighting back through the S's. Oh no, it's horribly wrong.
Oh, he's done it again! He's done it again!
He's been spun. And
Oh,
Cam's out.
no, and the Cam is out! Oh,
There you go.
Cam's hit the connection and must put a safety car out. Oh!
And
no.
oh, what did I say? Safety cars
Oh.
breed safety cars. So now it hands it into the position of Seafoals, David, Ski, Paul and Hell are all in a very good spot, because everyone has to double stack. The likes of McLaren have to double stack. Edge probably would box, I would say now. You probably definitely go back to mediums now if I was
Do you though?
driving.
Do you check position?
Yeah,
No.
yes and
Oh,
no,
I
because
don't know. No, I'd stay out. I'd risk it. Risk it for the biscuit. You can have another 2 more laps. That'll take you to 21. Then you're gonna have 6 laps to go on the hards. You
well, we're
know,
seeing
just check position.
there was gaps of like 1 second, so I don't know if people were trying to start to loosen up the gaps to do that double stack. But we're going to wait and see. Does Edge box? Does Idabor box? Does Thunderballs box? Does Fish Lips box?
Nope.
The answer is no, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. There you go. Check
There's
position.
China, no, he
It's
does
too
not.
late.
Faded, no. David, obviously, no. Yeah. Yeah, well, this is the last safety car. This will be the final nail in the coffin, per se. So, anyone who hasn't boxed now, that was it. That was your only chance, realistically, to get a free stop. But now it's do or die to the end, SJ.
Yeah, I'm just going to put prediction in now. Who will win this race? And I'm going to fire some names out. So we've got Edge. We've got. I'm still going to say. I'm not going to say the peak or with pens, unfortunately, because I think that's going to be difficult
How
to
many
win
have they got?
with 3 seconds.
Yeah, I'd probably the only ones realistically I'd put in, like even with the pen, probably the top 5, maybe China as well added to that. But being that side pod damage, I don't think he'll be able to do it.
I've gone Edge, Thunderballs, Fish Lips, China, and Faded, and then I've gone 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Who will win this race? There you go. Put your votes in. On lap 24, we will do our driver of the day. Predictions in. 46 people tuning in. Let's get to the big 5-0 for Division 6. 8 laps remaining. Not much has changed apart from another safety car. And I'll tell you something, Dynasty. We've seen Ninja Goo do this twice, going with someone side by side in the S's. It just cannot happen. You just cannot do it.
Yeah,
I do not know why
but
we're seeing guys go side by side for the S's.
yeah,
You're asking for trouble.
that wasn't the safety car cause, so that's the thing. So I wonder who's come
It
into
was because
contact.
then Cam
No,
hit.
he was up ahead.
So
He
Woofer
was far ahead.
spun. No, Woofer spun.
Yeah, but he was at
And
the back.
Cam hit.
No, Cam
Was
was
he?
up the front. Yeah, Cam wasn't in the front. He was at P6.
Okay.
So I don't know what has happened there, but I'm
That's
sure
going to
it'll
be an
be in
interesting one to
reports.
see.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I saw obviously that happened behind, and then we saw as he drove past that, unfortunately, Cam has went into the wall. Whether it was just the tyres, maybe cold tyres through the S's just couldn't hold the car. But safety car is not in, I don't think. No, it's not. And we see position
Cam and
changes.
Seafoles came together. There you go. There's a little bit of investigation from the chat.
Yeah.
Cam
There
and
you go.
Seafoles came together.
Idabor's pitting. What? Oh, that is the worst call of all time, because now you drop 2 dead last.
And you got to get through slow cars as well.
with
through S's.
3 seconds of pens. So
His AI.
is he
His
AI?
AI.
He can't be AI, surely. Oh no! Oh, so he went AI, and his AI pitted him. Oh no!
Silly.
Yeah. So yeah,
Well,
there you
that's
go.
counter. That's
So-
your own fault. End of the day, never go AI. Never
is
go
he? Yeah.
AI. on...
Is he in the? He's in the car. Can we get confirmation he is driving that car, and it's not a robot,
Yeah.
please?
Because if it is, then he'll be unfortunately DSQ because he's been AI the whole race.
I think he was driving that car. I just think he put it in AI to probably stand up a little bit, have a drink. Yeah.
Yeah, man, my tyres are shredded. I was only on them for a few laps.
Yeah, he's racing. Yeah, cool. Figured. I thought
Hey, my
so.
man, tyres are shredding.
I
What
don't
are you
know
talking about, Dante? You're not even in the race. Mate, Singapore's next week, bro. I don't know what's going on. He went to the toilet. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
so I was doing an
I
SJ.
thought as much. It's unfortunate, but I
You're
mean,
doing an
fresh,
SJ impression. Okay.
fresh tyres here aren't the worst, but as you said, track position is key. Like a lot of tracks, But now, yeah, it's now a Mercedes with a double McLaren right behind with Sick Party following. So
Oh,
he's backing up the pack.
juicy! This is going to be juicy because I think Edge is going to be a little bit scared here. He's got 2 McLarens right behind him, and he's also got a very, very quick driver in the Sick Party, and also Seafoles on those mediums. So I reckon Seafoles is going to be one to watch out for here, but he does
He's got
have that
9
penalty.
seconds. He
So
won't,
these guys,
yeah.
they just let him through. Hey, just let him through. Because
Yes
if not, he
and
could
no,
cause a pileup.
I feel like it will cause a
Oh.
pile up from going none in Sector 1. So I think you try and work with him, but yeah. So when will Edge go? So Edge, still not on the throttle, backing everyone right up. He is off the races. He's gone. Sick Party. There you go.
Stick
Another
that.
person getting a free second right on the end corner as the
Oh,
Seafolds
gonna
is
be
looking for it
investigate-
again.
No,
He's going
he's going to
for
be
it.
investigating.
He's going for
Might
it.
be
He's still got the
investigated.
room entitled. He cuts the corner though, so that would be a warning, 100%. Iraq Lobster,
Red
welcome to the
Lobster.
party.
I think Seafolds may be investigated for going side by side under a safety car restart. We'll have to wait and see what happens. There's 6.5 tenths between Thunderballs and Edge at the moment. He needs to get a move on because he's going to have 2 McLarens right on his tail, and they will switch around. This is going to be a very interesting end of the race. We'll have to wait and see here. Sick Party up into P4 now. Seafolds up into P5. Anyone making any moves at the moment?
Not
Here's a
really.
1
China would be... Oh,
1 second gap.
who has that? David having a big
It's
snap.
David.
Had a
He's had a
massive
big
snap
snap
there.
there.
Fade and Menace, very, very good job. Up to P7, if you don't mind. Ida
Yeah, doing a
Boar
great job.
making quick ground
Doing a
after
great
the
job.
safety car, so going from P16 to P14. Can he make up a
Oh,
couple more
Iraq!
spots?
Oh,
Or
he
the job.
gets right in the middle there, up in a P9. Another position made, just cements himself in the middle of David and Ski there. Up in that P9, he's obviously pretty quick. You can see he's quick on those tyres. We'll have to wait and see. It's 7 laps though against David's 5. So he's on the mediums. So it's going to be a nice little battle there between Iraq and David. We're going up to the front though, and Thunderballs really does need to get a move on here. He's losing the DRS to Edge.
No, it won't be for long. Fish Lips behind should be able to cut his way through. Seafold's looking for another move. Oh, someone just moved over. Or was that my screen? Looked like a late
Faded
move.
Menace down into P8. No, Faded Menace has just lost out there. He's gone down into P8. And he's lost out to David. David getting the job done. Remember, Faded's on those 15-lap hard compound tyres at the moment. Thunderball's now up in the 6.5 tenths. Fish Lips up to 4.5 tenths. They're trying to pull away from Sick Party on those 15-lap hards, as well as Sick Party has got Seafoles right behind him and nearly pushing him through the S's.
Thunderballs
getting
picks up the
3 seconds. Oh,
I think you now hand it to your teammate. Let him do the charge.
Let Fish Lips through.
Yeah, I feel like you let him through. Do not hold him up. Just let him slingshot past you now and just hold the back of him. See if he can drag you along. Yeah, so now China could make up a couple spots here. If he can just stay within that.
Faded losing another one.
Faded, yeah.
Faded down to P9.
Iraq
to
Lobster
P8.
up. Ninja and Ski fighting.
Ooh.
Ninja,
no.
He's down to P10 now. P9, P10, P9, P10. He's P10, but... Oh no, there's contact between one Aston and the Williams. Idabor trying to get through on those quick mediums. He's having trouble getting past Ski and Faded at the moment. Ski and Faded going side by side. Idabor is just not having the best second stint of the race, but he's right behind Ski now, so he made the move done on Faded. He looks to make the move on Ski, but he doesn't get it done. I hate that camera angle. It is absolutely terrible. Oh, Sick Party stuffs it up. No, Faded Menace tries to stick it where it doesn't belong, and he's down to P16.
Oh, no.
Now he just try and stay with this pack, because there is so much pens. He will gain
so much
many
going
points.
on. I can't keep up. Lobster's down to P7.
Wait, Fish Lips is P6. What's happened?
Yeah, it's all changed. He got absolutely sandwiched there, and China and Seafolds and Sick Party just absolutely
Faded
just
Menace picks up a 3. Oh no.
Edge is in control of this race. He'll be over the moon. Thunderballs is right behind him, and he will get the job done here with the DRS. So this is
Well,
going to be an interesting one.
realistically, the only
He
one
will overtake
who
him.
can battle for the win is Fish Lips and China. But well, personally, if China's in
There we go.
at fault for the Paul and Hell incident, it's down to 1, which would be Fish Lips. Thunderballs
Thunderballs.
takes the lead. Seafolds goes to P3.
Seafolds hits the back of the edge by inches. Oh, that could have been a spin. That could have been a spin. Watch for Seafolds. He's a menace.
As I said,
on
the
those
tires
mediums.
the tires are probably cooked. 17 laps. They're probably 40 odd. Someone's lost a wing. China's lost a wing. Iraq Lobster.
Bishop's down to P7.
Yeah.
Iraq Lobster.
Oh, there's a spin.
Oh, no, they've gone.
Oh.
Really,
What is happening?
Bishop's down to P8.
You know what?
So, watch Seafolds.
I'm just going to say, China's now got a 10. Oh, no. You know what's this? David's going to go to podium here. David just minding his own business. He's going to get it. David just going to get...
Going in it.
Yeah. He's lost the wing. Oh, no.
Seafolds has lost their Edge is now down to 1.4. Sick Putties and 4.5 teams. And look at the drama. Oh my days, I can't believe what I'm saying here.
Thunderballs just needs to run away now.
I don't know if he's going to do it. He's got 2 seconds to
will.
do it. Edge is now 2.2.
Yeah.
I think Edge has got damage on the front wing.
Yeah, he's got no left end plate. Idaball picks up another 3. David's going to get a podium here. If
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got no front left.
Yeah.
Oh no.
He's going to get swamped. He's going to get swamped.
I can't believe this. I cannot believe what we're seeing here. I cannot believe it.
swamped.
Look at all the guys. They're coming flying down the road. Oh my day, we're going to see more drama here. Fish Lips can keep this clean. He's in a great position to still get on the podium. And Edge is a good chance as well, but I don't know how he's going to do it. It's going to be a big, big struggle. Lap 25. Oh,
he'll get podium. If he can stay behind these guys, he'll get the podium. It's just because Thunderballs was already clear when that happened.
I don't think he's... I'm sorry to say, I don't think he is. David's on fresher tyres. And the other guy's on fresher tyres. He gets the 3 seconds. He's going to struggle because you need to be able to turn here. And you can't turn. He's going to struggle in some of these areas.
It all depends on how much he's got. Like, I just saw Iraq just overtake Sick Party in that bit. And that's just... Vader Menace picks up another 3 second. Oh, this is going to go horribly wrong.
Oh, this is absolute
this
drama.
This is going to go horribly wrong.
Oh, here we go. We've got absolute drama here at Cota. Edge is holding on for dear life at the moment. We're going lap 26 out of 28. We're just going to have to just go away from this.
Ninja Goose
and we're going to go on
side by side through his S section again.
Driver of the day too.
Oh, I don't know. My vote originally was going to be for Fate Menace, but he's gone. He's off the planet now.
I'm going David.
Yeah, I think that's the only realistic one that has not been involved in anything at all. I think it's just... I don't know.
Who are you going for? Who are you going for? Oh, there's a big accident!
Yeah,
Ninja Goose gone straight over the top. What is going on? Oh my god, Cota is...
This just went into chaos. Iraq Lobster, by the way, Iraq Lobster is catching Thunderballs here.
Yeah, he's going
Can we see
it's going to be
the biggest of dry? Oh no! Oh no! Ninja Gooch and Seafold is coming into contact. So that's just... Fish Lips is down to P12. What has happened? And Ninja Gooch fighting for position again. Oh no, it's going to happen again. It's going to happen again.
No, they keep it. Ninja Goo goes off track, comes back on track.
I'm going to say Iraq Lobster's my driver of the day. He's going to get P1 here. He's got fresh tyres. There is nothing Thunderballs can do to stop this man. He's gonna. You'd think he would stay behind until the last lap.
Who are you giving? You're giving it to
Iraq Lobster. Yeah, I think he'll get P1 here. They're clear of Sick Party. Sick Party's got 6 seconds and holding up everyone, every man and his dog. So the battle realistically for that last podium is between Edge with no wing and David with no wing. With a wing, sorry. Ski up to P6 makes a move on Idabor. Don't mind if you do, but Idabor says no, thank you. I'll take it back. And he gets very squiggly out of line. But this
There
is
we go.
going to be a
Joy of the day is in.
very interesting battle. Yeah, as I said, Ruck Lobster. Yeah, he's sticking behind.
And
I
she's
think
holding on for dear life.
Yeah, I think this is going to be game, set, and match for Ruck Lobster. Oh, what are you doing? You stay behind there, Edge. I don't think you push that. 6 seconds worth of
It's going to be
penalties.
interesting.
You're not going up any further than that because you're already 4.8 behind
Uh,
the next. So, this is going to come down to the wire. Who gets the last lot of points? So you got David right on the backside of Edge. They're fighting for position. We'll go back to tyre. So one on 20 laps, one on 10 laps. So they're both probably as bad as each other. So it's going to come down to that final straight. Oh, we got yellows. That is
Oh,
a
there's yellows,
Ferrari.
there's yellows, there's
Woofer is
yellows.
around.
Woofer.
The Ruck
Indigo
Lobster's
down
right
at
on the back.
P16.
He's burning. I don't know why you're burning for. You shouldn't burn because he's making the move.
Here we go. This is interesting. Can Thunder stay with him? Oh, Rack nearly goes off track. He puts a little bit of pressure on him. He gets another 3. Thunder's got a massive opportunity of taking P2. At the moment, David has got past Edge. So at the moment, is Edge looking for a podium? That's the question. No, he's not. Oh, yeah, he could be.
Or if he gets on the back of David,
he'll
he'll need to overtake David. Yeah, he'll need to overtake David to get it.
We could see
Yeah,
David.
Iraq Lobster's gone. Iraq Lobster. That's enough of a gap to keep it. There it is.
Oh,
it is
no!
wiped off. It is wiped off. Iraq Lobster.
Are we going to see Ski overtake Edge? Oh no! Oh, look at David and Edge. They're going at it. Is Ski going to overtake him?
I think he'll hold position. I think he'll hold position. Maybe.
I'm trying to look here.
Nah, he'll hold. He'll hold. He'll hold.
He is going to hold.
Iraq Lobster. Oh, he picked up on 3. Oh no!
He got a David. He's got a 10. Oh, what are we seeing on that 28?
Oh
my God!
No! What has happened there?
Oh wow! Drama to the max.
So
David,
I don't even know who's going to get the last podium. Who's going to get the last podium?
What is going on? Fish Lips though. Look at Fish Lips. Look where Fish Lips is. He's in P10 with no pins.
Yeah, but 1 second behind.
I've got no idea. I've got no idea.
Can he do it? He will jump the. He will jump the pack.
Going to win the race.
He'll jump the pack. Hold on. Fish Lips will go to P3.
Here we go.
Hold on. He does. He does. What has happened? This race has just flipped upside down.
What have you seen? I'm sorry. We've got to delete Drive of the Day, and we've got to give it to Fish Lips. It's got to go to Fish Lips.
Well, here's the one without
no pins.
He's the one without the pen.
It's got to go to Fish Lips, doesn't it?
100%. I think him or Iraq Lobster, like personally.
We're going to have to change the vote. I'm going to delete the vote. Hang on. I'm going to delete it, and I'm going to go again because, guys, that was just. I can't believe what we've seen tonight.
I think the two are Iraq Lobster and Fish Lips. I think that's a fair judgment call there. That's insane.
Yeah, we'll make it 2 minutes.
I don't even know how that happened.
Me neither. I just cannot believe what I've seen. Oh, wow.
Oh, well, there you go. So David may get this pen removed, so that would be interesting to see. I'm thinking he may have got pushed off, so I'm happy to keep David as driver of the day. Because if he's saying he got forced off and he's got that 10-second from it. Well, if you voted originally for David, I think it has to go to David if he can get it removed. If not, I think Fish Lips takes it. I think that's fair. I think this judgment can come after the fact. I think if he can get that removed, I believe David can get the good drive of the day. If he can't, Fish Lips, I think deserves that. So there you have it. Iraq Lobster.
Make sure to scroll down so we don't lose.
Yeah. Hold on. Thunderballs P1. Iraq Lobster P2 with the fastest lap. I'll scroll down just so we're aware. Darby and Cam, unfortunately, DNF. Cam having a very good race up until the second half. Unfortunately, getting taken out. It looked like. Iraq Lobster P2, Fish Lips P3, Edge P4, Ski P5, J-Man P6, Sick Party P7, Pornhell P8, Idabor P9, Woofer rounding out the top 10 with David. Obviously down P11, but may be able to get that removed. So we'll have to wait and see. As we said, currently as it stands, Fish Lips is our driver of the day pending on what happens with David.
Well, I'm giving it to David. I'm giving it to David, but David has to jump into the comms box. There you go.
All right, all right.
So
That's fair.
you're
All
gonna
right,
get
all
it.
right. Yeah, you gotta jump in the comms box if you want it, mate. All
Yeah.
right, so
So
that was I don't even know where to start. That ending just it completely flipped on its head.
yeah, well, we're gonna find out when these guys jump in. But first of all, let's get our.
I can't even remember who was
let's
in the
just
top
get.
three. Thunderbolts.
Yeah, I've got it. I've got it down. I've got it down. Fishlips
Datura and
and
Fishlips.
David.
And David, yeah.
Um,
So, all right,
Yeah.
all right. We'll start
Hang
off.
on, let me just message David because David's got to jump in. Jump in.
Yeah, that's
The
fine.
comms box,
I'll start off with Fishlips.
please.
That's fine.
No, David's first, mate. We got driver of the day.
No. It's fine. It's fine. We'll start with Fishlips. We'll chuck it around a bit. Fishlips, mate.
Yeah.
How you going?
Good, you?
Good. Very interesting race there. At one stage, you were way up there. I don't know what had happened, but you fell all the way back down. But right at the end, you've climbed right back up again. So, well done on that aspect. But walk us through that restart. So, what actually happened? Because you were contesting the lead pretty well with Thunderballs and Edge at one stage. Was there any contact or something, or just didn't like the restart?
No, it was just a bit of a slow corner by Edge and Thunderballs, and instead of dive bombing up the inside, I locked up the brakes. And then the next lap and a half, I pretty much got dive bombed by the 5 people behind me. So pretty ordinary driving there, to be honest.
Yeah, I figured that would have been the case. It did look there.
I ended up no front wing or end plate, yellow wing, and side pod damage.
Yeah, it did look very ordinary from what we were watching. Everyone just going side by side when realistically they shouldn't be going side by side. We've still got a fair amount of laps to go, and we see chaos pretty much unfolding every single corner.
Yeah, I don't want to harp on it, but yeah, the dive bombing needs to stop. That was pretty ordinary.
I agree. I agree 100% with that. But as I said, the only way we stop that is report it. That's what I would always say, because that's the only way we fix it. We can see it on track. We do put in some reports, but there is some we do not see, which I have seen on the stream that we didn't catch one. So all I can suggest is report it. But well done, mate. Good drive. Obviously a pending P3 because unfortunately David got pushed off track. So you still take really good points home for the McLaren. I'm sure your TP will be proud. And I'll pass you along to SJ, mate. See if he's got any questions for you.
Yes, mate.
I'm in the doghouse. I'll tell you that right now.
Why?
Unfortunately, screaming and shouting at the end because I just didn't know what we were saying at the end. Well, obviously you didn't have rain, which was fantastic, and it was a very interesting night. We'll start with qualifying. Phenomenal qualifying. I think you've got Dynasty eating his hat or eating his shirt or shorts or whatever because he didn't think that any of you guys were going to get podium. And none of the guys in tonight in the prediction either thought that you were going to get podium as well. So congratulations on pole and quali. How did you find the race? Because you were up there with your teammate. It obviously didn't go to plan, probably for your teammate in turn one. Looked a little bit nervous going into that. And then we saw you fall back. And then just because you kept it clean compared to everyone else, mate, you jumped from P12 to P3 on the last across on the line. So yeah, give us a little bit of an insight into tonight's race.
So just taken, I've had a lot of good engineering since joining McLaren. They've really, opened my eyes to how you actually play this game and race properly, and it's been great. So I'd like to thank Thunder, Marzi, you, SJ, Panic. You've all been great to me. Yeah, and just not doing stupid stuff, not racking up the pens. Like I made a call to
doing was just watching gaps behind. So if I knew I had someone who was far quicker than me behind me, I let them through. If there was a big enough gap behind that I could tell them for a bit. So then when that safety car came out, I said to Paul in our chat, I said, look, I'm going to box here because I'd rather have the fresher tyres than the older tyres. Then that way that might offset the the pace disadvantage I have, and then obviously with the second safety car, that meant the mediums like doing what we did was the right call, and then it was just keeping it clean, and that was it, and that's all I did. Just watched all the bumping and grinding ahead and behind, and just got home for what will be P3. There's no question about that. So yeah.
Yeah, no, brilliant race by you, and it was looking to be a really good race by Paul as well. But unfortunately, we did catch him getting spun coming out of Sector 1, so that will be investigated obviously after the race. But now, well done to you, mate. I'll pass you on to SJ and see if he's got any questions for you.
Cool.
Good evening, David.
Hello.
Obviously, you saw my message. If you didn't get into the comms box, mate, you weren't getting it. So a bit of bribery, but it's been lovely. Pretty hectic near the end there. We saw a pretty okay race at the start, and then we saw some audacious moves, and then we saw, people going for hell moves at the end there. What was those last 3 laps like for you?
Yeah, so first with the comms box stuff, I'll always jump in for podium and driver of the day, no questions asked. I think that's just the right thing to do, because it's if you finish in that position, jump in, have a chat, fine. And then the last 3 laps, it was pretty hectic. Like just like I was probably more reactive during that, because you could see a lot of the guys ahead of me were really going at each other, and then it became clear to me the edge had damage because I heard you guys say it, and then I also noticed Sick Party had damage. So I knew 2 guys ahead had damage. So I knew, okay, we're going to be slow here. So going to that last lap, I actually had burnt a lot of my battery to get ahead of Edge, because basically I knew we were racing for third at the time. So I knew from a couple laps prior, Sick Party was always going slower through the S's because of his damage. So I said to myself, well, this is the perfect time to go to none, get the battery back up, and then make my move, hopefully on Sick Party, and overtake him cleanly and get away from him. But then Edge decided to go on the inside of me, and basically, like when you guys see the footage, you'll see that his right tires were basically on the rumble strip, and I had nowhere to go. And then the one thing I've been taught by a few guys is, if you're in that situation late in the race and you cop a illegal overtake, and you know that you won't give them room, write it out, cop the penalty, and the process should take care of itself. But yeah, it was pretty frantic stuff there, but just happy to get away clean, and hopefully when the stewards remove my penalty, claim that P3.
Yeah, no, definitely. We saw the Big 10 come up, and we were like, well, it looked like it was going to be a podium, and we could see how quick, how close you were to each coming out of, I think it was Sector 2, one of those hairpins, and then everyone was just behind. So there was a lot going on, which was obviously a bit of high-pitched screaming and stuff like that, because we couldn't believe what we were seeing. Going into next week, obviously, it's a sprint weekend for Singapore. Feeling confident around there. It was obviously a little bit of a different track, a lot more narrow. Not going to have those wide corners as Cota gives you. The key to Singapore is going to be timing your overtakes and probably qualify as high as you can.
Yeah, not for me. I don't like Singapore at all. It's been quite clear in the other leagues I've raced in, I'm not fast there at all. So basically, next week is Drive to Survive. And basically, I know this won't say, like, doesn't sound right, but basically hope that the driving standards people have come into effect next week. Incidents happen, people box for wings, and then I move forward like that, because don't get me wrong, I like it as a track, but then it's quite clear I'm slow there. So I need Carnage to be anywhere near the top. Other than that, we'll just go through the motions and get some points for the team.
Yeah, capitalise on mistakes, really, and just do what you did like tonight.
That's
just
it.
stay behind you for DRS. How were the medium tyres at the end? Because I know that you're on a completely different strategy to the top. And we saw Iraq Lobster was on he was on very, very fresh hards, and it was going to be a battle between him and Thunderballs, but he stuffed it up, unfortunately, in and got that other 3 seconds. But what were your tyres looking like?
Yeah, they were really good. Like, if anyone was watching my stream out there, I think there were 2 people. But if any of the Red Bull guys wondering what was happening at the end, just go watch that now, because they'll see. But I never put tyres up, but they were fine. Like, I had no issues. They didn't slide. They were good. It was quite clear going up against the guys who stayed out in hards that they they had a good advantage coming out of the turns. And then in other leagues in the past in Cota, I've always made good exits on better tires out of that last turn, and that's where I got past, I think it was 3 guys, to put myself in the position. And basically, knowing I had the tire advantage, it was just picking and choosing the corners to go at people with. And I think for all of them, I made the right moves. And then it's just a shame I got that 10-second at the end, because the boys in the Red Bull chat, like after I checked, they said, "What happened there, Dave? That's not like you to get a 10-second penalty." I'm like, "Well, I can show you what happened. I just have to go join the comms box." But yeah, tires were fine. They did the job and got third out of it. So yeah, happily take that and got the luck my way with the strategy.
Yeah, well done. Great job. And hopefully you've got all your footage and director and everything, and hopefully you get that P3. And yeah, no, great job. Well done on the drive of the day. And look forward to seeing what you can do in Singapore.
Thanks, SJ. I'll be doing that ticket right now once I leave this chat.
100%, with no doubt about that, Dave. Cheers, mate.
See you.
Cheers, mate.
All right.
To you,
so
Dynasty.
that was David. So congratulations to him for getting drive of the day and obviously a pending P3. So we will now move on to our race winner. Unfortunately, as we said, Datura could not make it into the comms box, but it did sound like from some of these interviews that that may be pending as well. But yeah, the one that will not be pending, I do not think he was involved in anything, is Thunderballs for P1, mate. How was your race?
Stressful is a good word, I think. Yeah, it was pretty stressful. Fish Lips and I, we had some great practice sessions leading into the race here in Cota. And then when it came to quali, felt pretty good, to be honest, and pretty confident looking at all the previous races going on. So I think we had a really good result in quali. He put it on pole. So I couldn't be more proud of Fish putting it on pole and having the race that he did. We both faced a bit of adversity, to say the least, in that race. Yeah. But kept composure, and I think I had a good drive. Man, yeah. Track is fun.
The silence sort of makes it known that obviously there is a lot of incidents during that race. We did see at one stage you were up there and then you fell back, and then Fish Lips was up there, then he fell back, and then you were up there again, and it just kept changing left, right, and center. And not to any fault of your own. It's just we were calling it all the way through. People were just battling when realistically you shouldn't really be battling through the corners that early, but there was contact made left, right, and center. Right at the end, it was too much to keep up with. There was incidents happening every single corner of every single lap. So,
and like I think I made up most of my ground whenever I was chasing in the S's in Sector 1. Like I felt like I was just zooming up to the back of people, and like the likes of Edge, Datura, they were killing it in Sector 2, and it was just it was awesome to see that everybody had pace in different sections. I think that made it a really interesting race. It's unfortunate with hearing about how many clangs and bangs there were, but I guess that makes up for the last couple that we've had. Austria, I think, was pretty touchwood incident free, so I guess we're making up for that here in Texas.
Yeah, no, you're correct about that. Austria was actually really good. But now I'll pass you along to SJ, mate, see if he's got any questions for you. Well done.
Cool, awesome. Thanks, Dynasty.
Thunderbirds, I'll go.
Mate.
We'll get straight to it. Obviously, qualifying was, I think, like I said, the same thing with Fish Lips. I think Dynasty's probably eating his hat, and he didn't think you were going to get that. And neither did none of the guys, unfortunately, with the predictions. It was.
Did you put money on us? Did you put money on
I
us?
can't, mate. I can. I own the Twitch, so I can't. I
Oh,
can't
fair.
vote. So it's really
Would you
tough.
have?
I did say to Dynasty, he will vouch for me, that I did say we're looking at a double McLaren, didn't I?
You certainly did. Um,
Yeah, I
Good.
certainly
Oh,
did.
You've been in our practice sessions. You know the times we pull.
all I said was I didn't believe yourself, Iraq Lobster, and Edge. NJ Man wasn't going to get the top 3. I believe it was going to be someone else. It almost came true, but you split the pack and you went to P2.
Yep.
But nah, that was brilliant. Way faster than me.
Yes. A really good quality. Toe worked very well. It was actually your teammate that did the job tonight in quali. Let's talk about turn 1. Looked very nervous going into turn 1, and I probably would say the engineer or whoever was in your ear saying for you to go a little bit cautious, I would say.
Well, I was on the inside because I started P2, so yeah, cautious is the word. And Fish Lips was advised to go around the outside, starting in P1, and it was just a matter of who's going to come through. The unfortunate thing was my exit was woeful. I got swallowed up by China, and it almost P4 right off the bat, but safety car happened. Some questionable things happened on that safety car restart, that VSC, but that's a story for another day. But yeah, it was definitely let's be careful going into turn 1. Let's not bin it against each other. Let's work out what we're going to do, and it was pretty much just stay in our lanes. Was the strat, I got to say, man, I think Fish really needed that pole position tonight. It probably would have done wonders for his confidence and even his pending P3. He's on the podium, mate. P3, whatever you want to call it. So I think it does wonders for his confidence. Since joining the team, he's always been kind of like, can I make it? Can I make it? And I've always been there to kind of give him the pat on the back and say, yeah, you can. And yeah, you nailed it tonight. And I couldn't be more proud as a teammate and newly appointed TP, I guess. So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was going to be one of the surprise moves that we saw happen before, obviously, Marzi did vacate. It was an interesting night for both of you because you were up there at the front, then you fell down in the pack, then you were fighting the last couple of laps, and we see you go from P3, also P2, all the way down to P5, 6. And then we saw Fish Lips do exactly the same later on in the race. And you are, unfortunately, in an investigation. Can you give us a little bit of an insight what happened there with you and Ninja? Because me and Dynasty knew this was going to happen. Do you have any insight in that incident with the Alpine driver?
Which incident, mate?
When you spun.
Oh. We were just kind of going, and I hate to say this, man. Like, he was a bit jumpy on the track. Like, I hate to blame lag. I really do, but I feel like lag definitely played a part in it. And we were just going around that long right-hander that's a bit slippy, and we just came together a little bit, and put me back down. I don't know what happened to him, but yeah, it definitely spun me right round, and wanted to get back on the track, and was trying to do that as safe as I could. I think I came out okay on the track, but yeah, it was. I was glad I didn't get collected by any of the cars flying by.
Yeah, because he then got involved in an incident earlier on with Woofer through the S's going side by side, and then they had an incident, and that caused, and then someone ended up DNFing. All right, well, before we wrap it up, we'll go to the last lap. Now, you obviously know how quick Iraq Lobster is. When you found out that he was behind you, and you obviously had the 3 seconds, and he had the 3 seconds, and he was on very, very fresh tyres, what was going through your mind on that last lap?
Just make sure you have DRS on that back straight.
Well, he did lose you. He lost you for literally a second, and I think
Yeah,
he lost it.
I had a really bad exit through turn 9.
Mhm.
It's 8, 7, 8, 9. But I just kind of, when I got my grip back on the exit of 9, um, I just threw it down as quick as I could to try and burn to get to him, and I did. I managed to get DRS probably by a whisker, we'll say. We're on stream. And yeah, I was able to get the DRS, which kind of surprised me, to be honest. But heard that beep on the straight, pressed that button just out of reaction at the line, anyways, in case it opened up. And was wondering if he was going to go to the inside, and he just didn't. And it kind of threw me off. So I was like, I'll go to the inside then. And yeah, it yeah, I wish he didn't get the penalty, to be honest. I wish he didn't. But yeah, it worked. You play mind games in this sometimes, and if you can put the pressure on and bank on someone's mistake, then I guess that's what you do. I'd rather
Oh,
win
definitely.
wheel to wheel, but
Yep.
this is also a pressure game too, and I mean I've fallen apart with penalties before in races, so it is what it is.
And he's done this quite consistently this season. He's done it a few times. I think he's done it in Australia as well, and in a few races he gets out into the situation. And with me and Dynasty said in the comms box that you were right behind him, and it didn't take long. And if he had got a penalty, then it was all over. And then unfortunately he didn't have a penalty when he was going down that main straight, and we were like, well, he's got this in the bag now. That's it. And then unfortunately he does it again. The last thing I'm going to say to you is this is your last race before you obviously go away on holiday. Is that correct?
It is, mate. It is. So it's really, this is a sweet victory to walk away for the next couple of weeks with. It's unfortunate that I will be missing the sprint races, but as I've said in these interviews before, the most important thing are things in real life, so to speak. And my missus and I are kind of celebrating an engagement and going on a 12-night cruise, so it's going to be rather lovely to go visit some other countries. I'm going to leave the teams in some trusty hands and have them chaperone through the next few weeks until I return. And yeah, I'm gonna miss the racing, that's for sure. But I'm gonna enjoy the cocktails on the cruise, mate. Like, yeah.
That's awesome. And I hope you have an amazing time, and I can guarantee you when you've got a little bit of time, you'll be tuning in to see how the Division 6 races go.
What?
I mean, it'll be done in the bathroom.
May have bought the internet package just to talk to people.
Oh, yeah, of course you have. Of course you have. Well, it's quite funny because you go away for 2 weeks, and then Edge goes away for the last 2 races of the season, as I'm hearing. So it's
We're
going to be very
overlapping
interesting.
actually. So
Yeah, so it's going to
I
be
will
very
miss
interesting.
both sprint races. Edge will
You know,
miss Interlagos and Suzuka. So
oh, wow. Well, there you go. And that does bring the gap down to 3 points while you go away on holiday. So he is in front by 226, and you are behind with 223, and you've got Rat Lobster with 215 as well. So what a way to go out. Mate, I hope you have a great holiday. Thank you ever so much for jumping in as a TP. What you've done so far is a top job. And I'm
Thank
sure
you.
that you'll organise everything with Fish Lips' just temporary teammate for 2 weeks. Have a great holiday, mate. Well done on the win, and yeah, we'll talk soon. And let's go Papaya.
Thank you very much. Up the papaya, and thanks all the boys at McLaren Garage. I couldn't have done it without you, and we all know this. Like, it's mad props to the people there, and the people that may not be in the garage, but their presence is still there. Thank you very much.
Thunder. And back to you, Dynasty.
All right, so there we have it. There is the ending of Division 6 at Cota. Very, a very, very interesting way to finish. Yeah, just I don't even know what to say. That was just chaos in my opinion. That last 2 to 3 laps. Probably there's some really good overtakes, but a lot of it was not so good. We saw a lot of contact, a lot of spins. Um, as I said, all I want is just clean and like even if they do side by side, that's fine. But there is a word of warning. If you're going to go side by side, you have to give each other space. As soon as one doesn't respect the other, you're both or you either ruin both races or you ruin one person's race, and it's just not fair. But as we did see it happen tonight multiple times, but the man in P1 got through that hassle and made it back up to P1. So brilliant work from him. But no, that was all she wrote, SJ.
Yeah, definitely. I think some of the places in Coda, especially in that Sector 2 area going into Sector 3, when you can take the inside and the outside and you can actually send it on the left-hand side because people go wide into that corner. So that's where you see it's a track that you see a lot of side-by-side action, but you've got to be confident coming out of it, because it's very easy to spin here. You've got that main DRS zone in Sector 2, where you're going to see most of your overtakes. And then you've got that small sector in Sector 2 going into Sector 3, where you are going to see bumper to bumper. And then that's it. And then especially Turn 1 as well, if you don't time it right, someone goes quite short across the apex or someone goes right wide onto the curb, which we saw a lot tonight. And then some of the overtakes through the S's, if you're not 100% confident that you're going to make that through, don't make the overtake. Just follow the car behind.
75% of the time it goes wrong. 75%
Yeah.
easily it goes wrong. And we saw it happen
Well, but just
two
because
or
of the
three
rear
times
wing,
tonight.
just because of the rear wing, if the rear wing steps out, and you haven't got the right setup, and if you've got that stability going into the S's, and this is going to be like this on for Division 1 on Saturday in Mexico, they're going through the S's. They need to be confident that they can make that move, and you probably won't see many overtakes through there. But you see that sector take a lot of drivers out because they hit that curb and they just lose the back end, and that's very, very similar to Coda. But yeah, no, I do agree with you, especially on that last couple of laps. I think I think a lot of people's racecraft went out the window, which is unfortunate. Yes, it is Division 6, and we will be a little bit leeway with you, but unfortunately, penalties will occur, and the stewards will be hard on you because you got to learn, to make moves. You can wreck someone's race very, very quickly.
I
But yeah,
personally think the leniency aspect of it is now out the window because we are 12 rounds in, so realistically, the whole division should be picking it up a bit better, which they did show Austria, bar one incident, it was really good. Baku, unfortunately, we had problems again there. Tonight, bigger problems in my opinion. As I said, the S's sector one, you 9 times out of 10 you'll get it horribly wrong because you have to take some of them on the inside, and that as soon as you start going too wide, you have to adjust your line, and then that makes you worse for the next corner. So that just completely throws you off balance, and that's where the incidents occur, and that's when people just don't realize that there is a car right next to them or that space is needed, and they've just swung across and taken someone out. As we saw, two drivers get taken out in the space of two separate corners. So yeah, there's probably going to be a lot of drivers under investigation here. Yeah, it's probably more realistically probably looking at half the grid. But we can only learn from the mistakes. So there will be pens handed out left, right, and center. But hey, we move forward. We move on to Singapore, and let's hope this track can be deadly, especially at that hairpin. We all know if you hit that, we've seen a lot. People hit that inside. I've done it. The inside of that hairpin, and you spin your back wheel. You are basically going to cause a car park. So I'm hoping they can tidy it up for that. But seeing tonight, I have little faith, but we'll see how it goes, SJ.
Yeah, I think that's going to be very interesting. I think there may be a conversation going into that race. We probably would say from tonight's ending that there will be a driver briefing going in Singapore because you can't drive like that in Coda.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there you go.
You
There you
can.
go. You've said it.
Yeah.
Horses come
I
from
will be
come
doing
from
one
horses' mouth.
because I do not
That's all about
expect.
patience, though.
Yeah, I
That
don't.
track's
I
all
didn't
about
like what I
patience.
saw tonight. Um,
No, that's
it
fair
is
enough.
fine
Well,
to go
there you
side by
go.
side, but um, the time as I said, the moment you get it wrong is when you don't respect the person on your inside or your outside, and you cause contact, and that's where it goes pear-shaped for a lot of them, and then that's where it hurts other drivers behind because then they're caught up with the incident and they get damage and ruins their race, and then they go on a tangent, obviously, for the rest of the race, and they ruin other people's races. So yeah, I will be doing a briefing for Singapore because what I saw tonight is kind of reverting back to Austria pre-season, which I do not want to see again.
No, definitely, and I think going into that race as well, as we know, Singapore is very narrow. I think it's going to be very interesting to see, who qualifies first because that will be the key here. It's very difficult to overtake in some areas. You can do it, and like you said, especially the hairpin coming through the old tunnel that used to be there, coming round onto that sharp left. You can't. You can get around. You can get two cars round there, but if you get squeezed, you're into the wall. And if it's wet, it's going to be very interesting. I think the big thing they're going to be next week is the capitalization of Edge for next week. Edge is definitely going to need two great results in the sprint and in the feature. With obviously Thunderbolts not being there, so Fishlips is going to have to be one to, really bring it next week at Singapore.
Yeah,
And also Erect Lobster as well, and J-Man. So it's going to give a lot of other drivers the benefit of the doubt to push on, and going to be very interesting to see who's going to capitalise there because two races, and big points lost for Thunderbolts, unfortunately. But no, it will
yeah.
be
The big
exciting to see.
question will be though, as coming out of this race, there will be a lot of pens, so I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to see a lot of quali bands here. So that will be a thing to look out for.
They probably
But
like that, wouldn't they?
well, yeah, well that's the thing. If you get a quali band there, well, it's kind of a good thing, kind of a bad thing. It's not the best of places to overtake, and yeah, your space gets squeezed a lot, and we do see it incident after incident where people's space um, isn't allowed, and they get squeezed into the wall coming out that second DRS zone. We see some dangerous moves a lot of the time. They pull it off somehow, but it's gonna be very very interesting track to watch out for.
No, definitely. Looking forward to it. But before I pass you over to Dynasty, thank you very much to everyone tuned in tonight. Also, big up to the track selection of Watanabe. I picked round 15 Australia. So from about now, we are at 35,000 points. Dynasty will. Oh, sorry, I do apologise. Needed to edit that. That will be round 15 Australia. And also, we have left round 9, round 11, round 12, round 14. And that they are the ones that we have left that will facilitate season 9 calendar. Big up to all of our followers as well. Vroom, Silver Kiwi, Hoof, Huff CP44, H Dots World, and Vrooms again, and Y 33 TER. Big up to all of our sponsors as well, especially main sponsor AI369, Pagnian, SimLab, and also New Zealand only Speed Nation. And once again, Dynasty, that was an interesting night at Cota, and look forward to seeing what's going to happen at Singapore next week.
Yeah, it's going to be very very interesting. It's going to be one to look out for. I hope they clean it up. As I said, Div 6 is going to have a driver briefing no matter what. Um, but um, yeah, unfortunately, I think there's going to be a lot of pens coming tonight. Um, and yeah, I think the time for leniency is not there anymore. I did state that at the start of the season. They're learning, but we're 12 races in. It should be better than what it is tonight, as they've shown previously that they can do it. It's just not good enough, not up to standard, and this is what splits the divisions.
Agreed. So it's going to be interesting night next week. But more action will follow tomorrow night, where you'll be jumping back in the comms box with myself and VLT Vettel for Division 3, which is the last race of the week. So how will they go around Cota? It's going to be very interesting to see what happens there, and I will pass you back to Dynasty.
Yep, and as I always like to say, ciao, ciao, everyone. Have a good night.